You know, it's not a good element whenever it notifies you, hey, someone's streaming.
Well, the surprise part is bringing it up immediately before giving anybody a heads up here. Okay,
Magic just now went live. I hear you.
all right, we're live on
Me,
things.
so we good.
We're live on things. We're live on things. All right, let's crank that sucker up here a bit and bring this over here. All right, everybody. Let's do a show in 3, 2, 1.
You come to check out what's on the menu for your big day?
Just you know why. Just you know why. Why you and I will buy and
Never seen Odom open. I've got something to say to you, mister. George! Ah! Oh, oopsie. My Little Ponies.
Stupid, sexy Twilight.
My Little Pony.
Hello, and everybody, welcome to the Brony Show, episode 451. I am your host, Second Main. Of course, we are joined by a wonderful group of panelists here, and we got a lot to go through. So we're going to go ahead and introduce them right quick. And they only have 5 seconds or less. Deathlight Productions, go.
Hey.
DM21.
Let the war games begin.
Textalion.
Me.
Toakoi.
I ride a bike in a rainstorm.
Suki and Itaku Ascended.
You can't hold me to your rules, you son of a...
I am more powerful than you can. I didn't even do anything.
I'm more powerful than
You
you
can
can
not be
okay.
more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
All right.
Or you
I
could
can
do
imagine a
anything.
lot.
All right. Before we start immediately derailing the train and making Cold Dust scream a little bit every time I say that, we actually do got quite a bit to talk about in the show today. I'm sorry. I don't know why that made my brain freeze for a second there.
You got polarized.
What's just like, boom? What the? It was a drive-by whistling. Where was I? So yeah, the show today, we are going to be talking about an itch.io game called The Pillars of Equestria. However, I was also approached earlier today by none other than Dreta Arcana and also his friend. I'm not sure if he wants to go by the name that he is on the Discord or if he has another monarchia. So for the moment, we'll just say his colleague in crime when it comes to the Pony Wars game. But yeah,
He's a sidekick.
so yeah, the funny thing about Pony Wars is earlier today I got a delivery. I got a big box. I mean, this thing was huge. This thing is a big box. This is the kind of thing that you would send a bunch of books in, or you would send in a board game. And I got a little box in that big box and a whole bunch of newspapers. And I'm hoping some coupons are in there that I can clip. But a little box in that big box. And that little box had a few boxes as well as a special card of Pony Wars. So, yeah, I'm actually excited to take a look at the card game and everything. However, I literally got it as I was preparing dinner and getting things ready for the show as well as participating in the pre-show. So I had no time to look at this thing. But don't worry, they are setting up to show off cards as well as talking over what is going on with that. So, yeah, Pony Wars. Pillars of Equestria, along with news and videos, because every single time I think, oh, the videos look like they dried up a little bit. No! I go to my subscriptions, and there's another hour of content, and it's funny, silly, beautiful, and sometimes really strange stuff. For some reason, now I'm on a subscription for My Little Pony gotcha animations. They're weird. They're very weird. But I might show them once in a while. But in any case, that's enough of rambling. Let's go ahead and start rambling. Before we bring on our friends for Pony Wars, we have to do our normal warm-up and let our vocal cords ring true with a little bit of What's Up, Brony. So, I ask all of you, in a timely manner, what's up, Bronies?
Well, someone who visited me this weekend dropped by. We had some time to talk, had some fun, and they just had to leave before earlier today, so that was nice to have them over.
Yeah, it does sound nice. It's been forever since I had company. Unfortunately, sticky syrup situation has made it impossible at the moment.
Yep.
Well, not only that, it's like most of the people I know nowadays are at least 3 states away, if not more. Aside from the people that are already living with me. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that you got some company over. Looks like you and Coldust both had some company this weekend. I'm not crying. Nah, I'm sorry. And anybody else have any other What's Up, Brony?
So, I'm sick because of smoke, and it looks like the smoke's not coming down. Like it's probably gonna be around for another month or 2.
Ugh.
And my dad just introduced me to a new show called Getaway Driver, and everybody's running around these souped up like muscle cars and stuff. I'm like, I would honestly just get a good reliable 4x4 and just roll over the pursuit vehicles and stuff, and you'll be fine.
You remind me of that crazy guy that built a tank in his garage and demolished half a town.
That was Killdozer.
Anyways, it's just really funny because I look out at my Explorer, I'm like, all I really need to be competitive in this is an extra inch on my suspension and those 3.5-ton axles I've been looking at to put into that thing.
I can't help but wonder if they don't allow that just so that people don't end up...
No, they allow any vehicle in. I've seen like some vehicles from like the 50s in there and stuff.
I stand corrected.
So any vehicle will go, but they have to sign a consent form saying, yeah, full rights to completely destroy my vehicle if it so happens.
Dude, no. You know what you need to do? Hydraulics. You get one of the...
No,
you get one...
No.
If you bend your hydraulics, you're over. You want to have good, reliable.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
just follow me on this for a quick moment. You get a good lowrider with really powerful hydraulics on it. Just start driving around as fast as you can. If you ever get to a moment where it looks like you're about to get surrounded, you punch the hydraulics, you go flying over that thing. It's basically like freaking Dukes of Hazzard. You can even go, yeehaw!
I know you've seen videos of hydraulics doing that, but those are shelled vehicles.
Oh no, I know that's complete. I know
them.
that's complete bullshit. I'm just having fun with it. I know that's complete bullshit.
That's why I said, okay, I see where it comes from, but you...
No,
but it is just really funny because you sign a consent form saying, yes, I know that my vehicle is going to get damaged, possibly destroyed. But the thing is, the pursuit vehicles can also get damaged or possibly destroyed, and that's fine.
Are they actually getting actual police cruisers, or are they getting?
They're getting old Crown Vic. They're getting old Crown Vics.
That's what I was figuring. I just wanted to actually ask.
Stuff that's sold out that's no longer usable any other way.
So it's just really funny because all I'm sitting here just thinking is like, I can get my Explorer all set up with high movement, and if they ever box me in, I just honestly throw it into reverse and back up. Just over one of the vehicles. Alright,
actually, just got a funny question in Twitch here, so I'm gonna answer it real fast. I don't think I would actually call it a cult. For one thing, we don't, well, except for the really crazy people, we don't exactly religiousize any of this, but the best way to put it is people found the characters charming, they found the stories interesting, and the more that people latched on, the more stuff was created in celebration of it. Some of the art is really amazing. It's got a lot of musicians in the Brony community that make a lot of great music. the animations were a lot of fun, and people tend to be pretty open about, whoever you are, no matter what your race, color, creed, crescendo, or if you even are a Microsoft, Nintendo, or a Sega fanboy. It doesn't matter what you are, they're welcoming. Everybody is welcoming, and that's what people love the most.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's okay.
But,
I figure you probably meant like a Spinal Tap or maybe Juggalos, things like that. But yeah.
But
Well,
I think the bigger thing
we do
is,
have to see a
It's
Bible.
just the idea. There's a huge creative side of the community, and it's also a very welcoming community.
yeah.
Just further elaborated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the bigger thing is, I would have to say, is they didn't rehash a lot of storylines and stuff, so it actually had a lot of smart storytelling in it, as well as a lot of adult references too, if you knew how to look.
Indeed.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
it kept
was-
the adult audience entertained
It's
as
adult-
they're
it's
watching
adult.
it with their kids.
Yeah.
Writing in the first season is what drew me. My first episode was
I-
suited for success, and we all know how great that episode is.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
I've always been more on the fandom side versus the actual show, but the fandom is what brought me in.
Fandom is what made me stay.
the show brought me in. The
Long after
fandom
the
kept me
show
going.
ended.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyways.
also, it is the simple fact of they didn't have anything that was just a recycled plot from every single episode like some shows do.
Jack, that's actually a really fun question there. I think it depends on the environment you work in. Some coworkers are just going to shrug. Some might find it interesting. I had an entire pony army on my work desk at one point where I was working. Nobody batted an eye. In fact, some people took pictures and they thought it was fun until one idiot got up out of his desk too quickly and knocked over one of my figures that broke in pieces. That pony army went away faster than you could blink, but that was for, I didn't want the rest of them to get damaged. So, nobody actually ever said boo to me. Yeah, most people really don't care.
Yeah,
The
they-
people that honestly
yeah.
care usually they got other issues, to be honest. They're just looking for something to complain about.
And
Yeah.
I occasionally wear pony shirts as I come into work. I do it. No one bats an eye. The old people at a table as I go to change, they don't comment on anything.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
just-
bring it up or tell people unless I know them well enough to think they can handle the fact.
Yeah, it's up to personal discretion and environment, really. It's, we've had
They
people
don't
say it
mind.
without a
There's
problem.
one friend I have. He doesn't mind that I like this show. It's just that he doesn't like me quoting characters every now and then.
That's fair.
Yeah, that can be annoying, but hey, that is
Yeah.
the life, and we've done this for 151 episodes
Don't-
plus change. So
I
Yeah.
don't
really
blame
kinda
him if
stuck
it's
in.
not his cup of tea. I don't
Just-
blame him for not.
Just go like
wanting to
this.
know more
We've been
about
doing it for over 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay. That actually
Yeah.
that's kind of an interesting question there. Is it mostly fandom or is it fanfic spin-offs? Kind of a little bit of all. There's
Yeah,
there's some that are fans.
With a lot of fanfics.
If there's a
There are
medium
lot.
for it, Pony has been there.
Yeah,
I
they're I mean, they all stem from My Little Pony, but a lot of people have a lot of ties with Fallout Equestria, which has its own huge fan base.
Fallout Equestria is its own fan base, and I'm one of the bigger people in it.
Yeah,
because I've
but
been working on Fallout Equestria stuff for over a decade now.
they still have their ties, though. They still have
Oh,
their
yeah.
ties to the main show here. So it's, it's not like they're shunning, like, no, shun the show. It's like, no, they accept it as part of it, but they're more in it for their fan group, and that's okay too. Especially since they
Yeah.
can actually do it. They can actually write books and everything legally now.
Yeah.
Which
It
is
almost
funny as
didn't
hell.
happen. It almost backfired. It was very scary for a little bit.
Oh no, it's amazing that it did happen. But
Oh.
hey, maybe we could try to get Pony in Warcraft right now. I bet Blizzard's under fire and wouldn't pay attention.
Oh, dude.
They don't know. No, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm leaving that alone. We're not. I'm joking. We're not touching that.
Jack,
Yeah.
thank you for coming in, and stick around. We're going to show off some Pony Card games here.
Yeah.
But first news.
It's Jack. It's kind of a difficult thing to explain in a way, but I guess the best way to put it is, some people really do get enthralled into a high degree. Sometimes they just like the show and they enjoy some of the animations, and that is it. Some people really going deep, and some people really going deep, and yeah, even those, yeah, admittedly, we have our limits. You know, I'm not going to, you know, I'm still taking care of what I have to do on a daily basis. I'm not going to let, you know, my love of ponies interfere with my life. You know, I'll buy a figure if I have the money. I'm not going to sans it for food or do anything really crazy. You know, it's, you know, sometimes people just like holding on to things because it reminds them of good things or it gives them a little bit of hope in the world, and there's nothing wrong with that, to be honest. People could take it too far. There's always people that take it too far, but it's just finding that even keel. You know, you can go nuts with it. You know, people go nuts over Nintendo stuff. You have people dressing up their houses like Mario with Mario stars, or you have Fallout, not Fallout. What's that other game that starts with an F that I try to ignore? Fortnite.
Yeah.
You got Fortnite fans that basically memorized all the dances and they could recite them on hand. I think that's completely I think that's weird, but it's not my thing. It's not, and I know it isn't. And, you know, I wish I could recite dances like that. That'd be cool.
And also stuff like Star Wars, for example. Well, the only way we have any names for some of the people in the cantina is from the toy line, because people got way too invested in it, and it turned out bad in sometimes. It's all in how you look at it.
It's all how one handles it.
Indeed.
Yep.
Anyway, I do it, yeah. Let's see. You know what? No, I haven't seen a lot. I've seen pony fans fall all over the spectrum when it comes to political agendas.
Yeah.
And that's not exactly something we're going to discuss too much about.
Yeah.
We try to keep politics
I don't
out
care
of
if you're a
this.
Democrat or a Republican.
And
As
yeah,
long
no,
as you
honest.
don't
things
bring
moving
all-
along
bring
right
down
now
others
because
with politics. Let's all have fun and good to go.
Cole.
Yeah, I saw Cole does.
But
Yeah.
we should probably keep things
And
moving
yeah,
along. because-
we really do
yeah.
need to move on.
No, I do apologize. We do got to move on. I am deeply sorry, but we do have an important interview here, and yeah, that's okay, Jack. I'm glad that you were curious and you wanted to know more, and we're always good to talk about it. But let's go ahead and get on with our interview here, and starting off with hi,
We'll be a
Dreda.
minute.
I Dreda. I do apologize. We just we got monopolized by somebody who was curious about the Brony fandom, so we were answering questions.
Mm-hmm.
Dreda?
I love this fandom.
Yeah, I mean, we all love this fandom, but you know, it's always good to answer questions when people ask why. You know, I like it.
Also, second, we also bring in our next guest as well.
Oh, I'd love to, but he vanished, or did he?
No,
Oh, there he is.
He's gonna be a minute, so.
Well, he actually just showed up again.
I'm sorry about that. He got pulled into.
Oh,
there
he is.
there he is.
You know, it's
Okay.
all good. It's all good.
Okay, do I have to do
He's
something
muted
here?
for the moment, so we can.
Well,
do
I
a
mean,
little bit of
is he muted by us or?
There you go.
Okay,
Himself.
there we
He
go.
muted himself.
All right, I just wanted to be.
No, it's all
I'm
good.
paranoid.
It's all
I'm paranoid. I'm going to drag somebody in and they're going to be muted halfway to Sunday, and I gotta give them like 1,001 permissions.
I had to turn on a push to talk key. Sorry about that.
Nah, no
There you
worries.
go.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Are you
Just
sure you
trying to
don't
keep
want
the
to use the
boss man
temporary
from going
name,
crazy.
or what should we call you?
Actually, let's just get started. Let's start off on this. So, here we have Drata Arcana, and should we address you by the name listed, or do you have another moniker you go by? Hello?
Maybe away from.
I forgot to use the push to talk key. I go by Andrew.
Okay, Andrew it is. So Drata and Andrew.
Okay, then.
Two of the big wigs that have been working behind the scenes on Pony Wars, the card game that we have mentioned several times, and we have recently received physical product. So, and I understand
indeed.
you guys wanted to jump in and talk a little bit about what's going on with Pony Wars, as well as some exciting information.
Yeah. Is it all right if I turn on my camera so that I can show you the product that just arrived today?
I am literally
that's all
hovering.
good.
My hand is literally
Yeah.
hovering an inch above your name, waiting for the camera to come on so I could just pop it over. So,
Fair enough. Well, here it is.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
all right.
Oh,
I know,
man.
right?
Can't wait.
Okay,
till
give me
mine
a
is
quick
good.
sec. Hold on, quick second. I'm still trying
Yeah,
to.
he's going to get the thing up on screen. 'Cause
There,
video
there we
capture
go.
and whatnot.
Okay, so yeah. So here is Andrew's camera, and you can see. Is that a long box under that thing?
It is. So these are the decks that are going to be. Well, these are the actual products. I'm going to be bringing these to the conventions that I'm going to later this year and next year.
Actually, you know what? I want to ask that right now. You didn't mention the conventions. We've actually had a couple of people kind of chomping at the bit a little bit. What conventions are you planning on hitting this year?
Okay, so this year, that's me. That's Drada here. I will be going to 4 conventions over the next 5 months. We got lined up right now. We have IFC, so Indie FurCon.
Ooh,
After
fun.
after Indie FurCon is Gen Con. Then we got Ponyville Cider Fest. And then after Ponyville Cider Fest is TrotCon, where Andrew and I will both be at TrotCon. So TrotCon is actually the best opportunity to also talk to our artist.
Second,
Ooh.
we have to make a plan to visit them.
Right.
I plan on attending Pacificon this year, Pacificon Game Expo in, I believe it's in San Mateo this year.
Mhm.
I will be at TrotCon with Drada and as much of the teams we can get together. I will also be attending DundraCon in, I believe, San Jose. Or Santa Clara, sorry. I will be attending BabsCon in Burlingame, KublaCon in Burlingame, and then Pacificon again later in the year. Possibly some others, depending on what arrangements can be made. But those are my plans so far.
We almost got the big 3 of the year.
Oh, what was the third one?
Everfree Northwest in a few weeks.
Yes, I was planning. I was hoping to attend that one, but it's just I can't make it happen this time.
So
Yeah.
while we're on the topic of conventions, TrotCon and Cider Fest, it's not official as of yet from the conventions, but according to what I can gather from communications, we have all of our events approved.
Oh, that's great to hear.
So you say we can play the game doing this as well.
Cider Fest, there will also be a sealed event at Cider Fest with a $25 entry, so you'll be able to play in an actual tournament at Cider Fest for sealed, meaning you can get product and you get the chance to basically any of our sealed events. Currently, right now, the first sealed event is scheduled coming up soon. I will get to that, but Cider Fest, we will have a sealed event as well as demos all weekend. TrotCon will be demos pretty much all weekend by our team. And on top of the demos, we will be having our very first Pony War CCG tournament, official tournament. So that's going to have lots of prizes. I'm hoping.
It's definitely exciting. I do have to ask though. Unfortunately, since Everfree looks like that's going to fall off the radar, is there any way for people in the Northwest to? Yeah, it is the Northwest. Sorry, I had to check my mental compass there for a second. Is there any way for people in the Northwest to get product at this point if they didn't fund the Kickstarter?
Yes. Our website is actually up and running, and you can purchase directly from our website on our store page, the PonyWarsCCG.com website. We are currently working with trying to reorganize a couple things on the website. That's on me. That should be done here hopefully this week. Andrew and I have a couple more things to work out on the details there. Obviously, we are still able to. We're just looking at making things more cost efficient right now, but that's on our end. Yes.
I can imagine the shipping would be a little bit of an issue.
For what it's worth, I do plan on going to Everfree Northwest if it is at all possible next year. This year is just a little bit too constraining.
No, I imagine it. It took quite a bit for me to be able to finally pull it
Quick question: Is that the Aqua playmat from
It is. Here, let me
It is.
actually turn it around so you can see it properly.
Second, I'm sending out the link to chat so people can go to the website if they're interested.
That's great. If it works, I haven't been able to pull it up. That might be more on me.
Let me check it. I can pull it up.
It's because I've been putting the Pony War. It's the same problem I've been having. I did it with my site forever. The Brony Show instead of just Brony Show. No, Pony War CCG. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so it's all good, man. It's all good. I'm trying to keep stuff working.
Anyway, sorry, getting back on track here. Apologies again, but yeah, the mat looks great. I wish I could actually attest to it. Unfortunately, it looks like mine kind of got a little jumbled in shipping by accident. But it okay. Is it a standard card? There's the other one too. There's the other mat too.
Oh, Commander would have loved that.
Yeah.
That's the Sevian playmat, so that's Sevian. He's the only dragon in the set. And check this, he's a politician.
Ooh, that seems fun and
Dang it!
interesting.
I knew that the politicians were all lizards.
For the other one, but I was always more of a blue shade kind of person.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so as far as I'm going to jump right into what event it has coming up really quick, and then we can do this box opening if you guys would like.
Oh yes, please go right ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next big event for us is not 2 weeks from now. It's not 3 weeks from now. It's literally less than a week away now. Next Sunday, August 1st, Indianapolis, my home city, is having a sealed event, and we already have practically 6 people already possibly in attendance. I have gotten permission from the store to use their storefront as a way to get this game out to the people in my area, and with that agreement, there will be 3 packs for prize support, 2 playmats for prize support, and everyone gets 2 promos.
That's awesome.
Oh, that seems so good.
Has there already
You
been
don't always have to go big to get your name out. You can just do step by step.
Has there already been a lot of
a
lot of talk about the excitement or people getting eager to show up?
Well, so just on Sunday, just yesterday, I was at the store doing demos with about 6 different people, and some of the people that had already demoed the game were sitting next to the person I was demoing, and were like, hey, you can do this. Hey, you can do that. hey, here's this ruling. And I'm like, can I help?
I'm the creator of this game. I know how everything works. Ooh, here's something they didn't know. What? How did that? Oh my God, we didn't get that. Good on you.
But that's exciting.
We actually did have to make a ruling earlier today.
Yeah, it's too bad it's all the way in Indianapolis, so I don't think I can catch a flight for that. But
yeah, we had to make a ruling on a card because of stuff that came up. Andrew, would you like to hear that?
Well, the text will be disambiguified. It will be demystified in the second printing, but there was a loop where you could attack somebody, have another card bring that card back into play at no cost, and then repeat that infinitely, because this character would not stop attacking until there were no more targets, and this card would absorb all of the attacks to itself.
That's broken.
Yeah, it's a little bit broken, but the actual way that it works is that the returning to play effect doesn't happen until the end of the action, which means it won't actually cause an infinite loop because the Berserker will stop attacking things, and then the card comes into play. So we can go into details about that if wanted, but yeah, it's an interesting question that hadn't come up before.
Well, isn't that the thing when you make a game that's like, we go for individual effects and sometimes don't think of all these combinations, but when
Oh, we thought about a lot of combinations. It's just there's a lot of them.
And sometimes wording and grammar escapes. That's always the number one problem with rulings. It's usually just the wording more than the actual card effect.
This is why a lot of card games are worded in ways that sound a little bit weird at first.
Yeah, it's more just so you can legalify it in a way.
It's like a contract. You can't leave anything to chance. If there's a loophole, people will find it and abuse it.
That's why
Clarified. That's the word.
Ah, okay.
We're going to clarify it in the next printing. So won't even be a question.
Yeah, this is why like stuff a Pot of Greed is no longer a card that's legal in Yu-Gi-Oh, but shards are. Because people had fun figuring out how to break it.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. So why don't we have Andrew open up that box? I want to see what's in it.
So
okay,
I'm
chat room.
To be working on this, so you guys talk over me while I'm doing it, and then I'll come back in after I've got some stuff out.
All right, chat room. Let's have a little bit of fun with this. Who wants to make a bet? What? You know, no, I don't think anybody here knows the cards too well, so we're going to chat room make a bet. What colored pony is going to come out of that card? Come out of the deck. We'll just go with that. What color? What color are we gonna get?
Discord.
Oh no, I don't think Discord.
No.
I bet you there's going to be backlighting and highlights.
Oh.
It's the
I'm sorry, I'm calling it now.
I bet Exodia's gonna be in there. No, I'm kidding. You know what? No, that's enough Yu-Gi-Oh references. Let's go to something else. I bet Black Lotus is in there. Let's get a Black Lotus.
Oh, look at all those shinies. I was right.
Yeah.
None of them red.
Is there any way you can flip them around the other way to follow the same orientation as the mat?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, actually have one face up and one turned over since they're the same character, just for contract.
That's all right.
So anyone want to know what those two cards are?
Scarlet Fury and Arcane Whiplash.
Moon.
All I know is they have wings and they're perfect for hugs.
Oh, what do you know? Oh, Commander has one. He actually called wings.
Arcana Moon is AKA Drata Arcana. Fury is my partner in crime during the original development of the game.
Scarlet Fury red card or?
Well, you know what? You're gonna make your own card game. You're gonna put yourself in them somehow, right?
Yeah, you will. So these are the promo cards. I will be handing these out at the various demos that I'm going to be doing.
Right. I think I actually got a Scarlet Fury as my promo. I think I did.
All people that order the Kickstarter should have received both promos.
Oh, it must be in the hard plastic bin. Still.
Yep, they'll be in top loaders.
Yeah, I only got the one top loader and I didn't pull the card out because I'm always paranoid about bending something. But yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
You can always put things back into a top loader.
Do you know how many cards I've destroyed in my youth? I'm a scared person now. I'm surprised I haven't destroyed a processor yet with all those thousands of pins.
So what Andrew's opening is something called the Creator's Kit. This is a kit given to my team as exclusive for the people that worked on the project.
So you're not going to be able to see those for sale over at any conventions anytime soon.
Yeah, the kit itself will not be available, but I'm going to be using these to build decks to run demos with, and some of the cards in here are a little bit extra, and I do plan on giving those out as promos for playing in the demos.
Yep, our creators kits are both a way for myself to contribute to the effort of my team, as well as to give the team cards to be able to actually play the game and give out stuff to, so things like hard to get cards, you can get them at things like participating in demos and so forth. Andrew and I and everyone on my team worked really hard, so we want to make sure that we're there for both our fan base and to make sure that we can bring in new players a lot easier, and we just want to contribute overall to our community.
Of course. Sorry, I have a bit of a dry throat right now.
So,
That's all right.
so what we're looking at now are spells. Ooh.
Ooh, purple.
That is a bunch of pretty stuff. I like that silhouette of either a moon or a crystal ball and that pony looking at it. Very nice minimalistic design.
I don't know. It kind of looks like a shadow pony looking at the first letter of the word Disney. It's like, I'm coming for you, you mouse.
I like this current top right. Is that chain lightning?
Power.
Yes, it is chain lightning. And yes, I do know it's a magic card. I know there's a magic card named Chain Lightning.
That's fine.
Chain lightning is a
bound to
very
similar
common name.
sounding
It's
thing
also
that
in
cards
D.
out there.
There's a spell in D&D. There's also Diablo 2 Chain Lightning effect. Yeah, you're golden.
I mean, you know, if you're gonna make a card game with spells, I think Chain Lightning is always gonna be in the game, right?
Actually, if you ever
Pretty
make
much.
a spoof deck, you could always do a knockoff of Chain Lightning and call it Grease Lightning. Just a pony with a dang it, I forgot what they're called now.
Just look back, hair, and
Yeah, but what, a
car
pompadour.
name?
A pompadour.
Black-
It's just a
Grease
pony
Lightning.
with just a pony with a pompadour, and he's just like pointing his hooves out, and lightning is coming out, just like Grease Lightning. What the?
Oh, there's my favorite card. My favorite spell, Extinction Wave.
Ooh.
That sounds dangerous.
that sounds like a game ender.
Is it a game ender?
now.
Extinction Wave is a spell card that specifically states, and Andrew can correct me if I'm wrong, says destroy target units with spell defense or less.
Board wipe.
+1 magic for each magic surge. So the higher your magic surge, the higher defense cards you can do, but it destroys all frontline units. Sorry, it
Yes,
specifies
it destroys
frontline.
all frontline units that have defense less than or less than or equal to whatever your magic value is. And if you have any magic surge cards, it adds 1 to that value. So let me go find some.
So the more set up you are
Magic
for it, the
surge
worse it could
cards
be.
Increase your level.
So yeah, it's a board wipe mechanic.
Yeah. So you want to make sure you get your score really high, then whip that card out.
Yeah. So for instance, Moonlight here has a magic value of 3. So you play an Extinction Wave and you get everything with that has defense of 3 or less is destroyed. And that would include things like this one, for instance. Not sure how well you can see that on the stream, but defense value. Oh, actually, yeah, no, defense value is 3. This one has 0 attack, or has no attack, which is actually functionally different than 0 attack. But
Very good.
Zero
no,
attack
not the same
means
thing.
0 means that you can make an attack, but it doesn't have very much power. No attack means you can't even make an attack.
Yes.
But so you get this going. If you've got a lot of magic surge, you can get that very high, and then you can do a proper board wipe. And if you have time to prepare, you can bring your own characters out of the front line first. However, if you need to get rid of something now, then sometimes your own characters are going to get in the way.
So it's not just your opponent's front line; it's everybody's front line that gets wiped.
Yep.
Exactly.
So it would be more of a, I only have one character on the front line. If they try to overwhelm me, pull that character back, Extinction Wave, and...
Of course, the trick to remember is that for every action you take, your opponent gets an action in between. So if they want to do something about that, then maybe they can.
Yeah, like you could play an Extinction Wave and they could be looking at their hand like, oh, that's fine. I'll just play a bunch of 1-cost units. And they could be like, now my board's set up. You just wasted an Extinction Wave for me to spend 3 standing to recover my board state. And that's something that you have to keep in mind because you're going back and forth. It can be a little tricky to know when to Extinction Wave and when not to. One time I played Extinction Wave at the beginning of a game, or the beginning of the last turn of the game, discovering that that was my worst strategy ever because it cost me the game.
So it's not a get out of jail free card, but more of a tactical, as old games should be.
And
Yes.
one of the things that I love the most about this game is just the layers of strategy that go into every move. You have to have an idea of what your opponent's doing before committing to an action is a good idea. Let me actually show you the card that really takes the cake on that.
I think I know what card he's talking about. Scorched Earth. Yeah,
We
you
have
really
here
love
Scorched
Scorched
Earth.
Earth.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite cards. It's the one that really solidified the design for me, because the way this works is if your opponent has let's see. Yeah, if your opponent has one or less standing, you can play Scorched Earth to effectively win a combat without to effectively win a combat without having to fight. It is your standing is effectively your it's what you use to play cards. If you play all of your cards and spend all of your standing, then you are now vulnerable to Scorched Earth, and that's that's something that you don't want to have happen. You want to make sure that you have extra standing in reserve. But having that extra option as a way to deal with something if you need to, and then being able to come back, having that as an option, having extra standing as an option to use when you need to it's very useful at times. And
Can
yes.
we see the epics? Can we see the
Oh,
epics?
yeah, sure.
So, these are kind of the big things in the game. These are game changers.
Also, real fast, chat room, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to post them, and we will ask them out as soon as we can.
Lady Sky.
And behold, we got our dragon, our griffin, Pegasus, alicorn, unicorn.
Kieran.
Is that a Kieran?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a Kieran. I remember. Yeah, Aqua is a Kieran. Yeah.
Aqua's Kieran. So these are our 9 epics. They have a deck building restriction. Andrew, would you like to explain that one? I guess I can explain it.
I forgot push to talk again.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
If I may, is that all right?
Sure.
Okay, so epic characters are they have a certain amount of clout that you need to actually play them. So the idea is that in order to play these cards, you need to have a deck of a certain size. Now that means that it's going to be harder to actually find them, because the larger your deck is, the harder it is to find certain cards. First of all, they are limited to 1 per deck. So you may not have more than 1 of each individual epic card. And second of all, even with that, you may only have 1 per deck, or 1 epic per 20 cards in your deck. Now that includes your main character, or your hero character. It includes your starting lineup of locations and your starting lineup of characters. Actually, does it include the locations?
Yeah, it includes the locations, the militia, and the hero.
Yeah,
what is
so,
the card limit
That is
to each
upwards
deck?
of 200 cards just to fit everything in it.
if you wanted to fit all of the epics, then yes, that would be the case. I do not recommend that strategy. I don't think it's a very good one.
I don't.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I guess there isn't a deck limit, considering how you're saying this.
Yeah, so you could actually play a deck with as few as 7 cards if you really wanted to. That would be 3 militia and 3 locations and your hero. You would not have a deck. It would not be a very good deck. I don't recommend this.
No.
But theoretically, you can do that. You can also build a deck with 14 cards, which means your starting hand is always predetermined. Once again, I don't recommend that, because no matter what 7 cards you get in your starting hand, you're probably not going to be able to win the game with that.
Nope. And depending on how much cloud is needed to use them, if your strategy involves getting them early into the fight, using cards that require the least amount of clout would be useful, depending on their effect.
Well, I say clout. That's not actually a game term yet. That's just I was using that to, it possibly in future sets we'll call the deck size clout, and that might be a thing. Don't worry about it for now. It doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything. It's in-house terms that we use to verify.
I had this idea. I got really excited about it. I haven't actually talked to anybody else about it yet, so don't even consider that. But the idea is that you need to have a certain deck size in order to play these cards. So if you have 20 cards in your deck, one of them may be an epic. So that means the 7 cards you start with on the table, plus 13 cards in your actual deck. Then you can have one of these. And that means that your odds of finding them are going to be pretty high. If you want a second one, but of course then you're running low on cards, which might not be a good thing. If you want a second one, you need to have 40 cards in your deck. That's the 7 cards in play plus 33 additional that actually go in your deck. And it's roughly the same ratio. I mean, it's a little bit lower actually. The more cards you put into your deck, the more epics you want to run, the slightly less chance that you will have of finding them, just because of the way that it all works out.
Yeah, it's because of the whole you have 10 cards down below, 1 epic, you have 1 in 10 chance. You have 30 cards, you have a 2 in 30 chance, or 1 in 15, etc., etc.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not 10 cards; it's 13 cards. But
Well, I'm just doing easy math.
Right.
Yeah.
You get the
something also important to note about the epics and the heroes is these are all lore characters, so you can actually get their backstories on our fanfiction as well, and all of them should have lore text. Do they not, Andrew?
We weren't. Well, every character has lore on the fanfiction, but we weren't able to fit flavor text on every single one of these. That said, the text of what the card actually does is very flavorful on each one of these. So,
yeah, we tried to keep the abilities within range of the lore.
Flavor text is not the only way to show cards being helpful, or to show the story behind a card. Sorry.
Yeah, but these are the cards that I recommend that people keep their eyes out for, because you have a chance to get 2 of them per pack. So you want to keep your eyes out for these. I think that they're beautiful cards art-wise, but also they're pretty strong. Like, look at read us Calamity, Andrew. What does Calamity do?
Ooh.
Oh, so Calamity is basically a second Scorched Earth. Let me take a look here. So, as a reaction, that's what that lightning bolt symbol means. When you destroy a location, during the conquest phase, if Calamity is ready, sacrifice Calamity and destroy a second location. So effectively, he's a win harder card. But basically, when you get Calamity out, if you are winning that fight that turn, then you can use Calamity to sacrifice himself to destroy another location. Now remember, the way you win the game is by destroying all 3 of your opponent's locations. So he's worth effectively a victory point out of 3 by himself, assuming that you are winning the fight. So there is actually a way to, in one turn, remove all 3 of your opponent's locations at the same time. It's not easy and requires some cooperation from your opponent, in the sense of you need your opponent to actually spend themselves out of standing, which will not always happen. But if you can do that, then you can get a Calamity on the table, and then play a Scorched Earth. If your opponent's out of standing, then you can destroy their location, and if Calamity is enough to win you the fight, then you can win the fight and then use Calamity and destroy another location. And winning the fight, of course, destroys the location by itself. Therefore, you can, with all of that put together, win in one turn from your opponent not having anything in play. And the thing to keep in mind is not that that is a negative, but that is a thing to remember about the game. And that's why you don't want to spend yourself out on standing. And those kinds of strategies are what are, to me, what makes the game very interesting. It is a very high skill threshold game for that reason. So somebody who's very good at the game is going to be able to make those situations happen much more reliably. But they're also going to be able to prevent those situations from happening just as often.
Yeah.
Unless they get tunnel vision.
Right, and that's part of what makes the game is learning how to avoid that and learning how to figure that kind of stuff out. You know, I could go into part of the inspiration for this, but I don't know if that's appropriate here.
Well, you know, we did our best to make sure that it had a high skill threshold, but an easy to learn system. So it's easy to get into. Like it's easy to learn the game. The game's fairly simple and stuff. But the moment that you start getting into the nit and gritty of the card interactions and combos and stuff is when we start seeing that higher skill threshold.
So sticking to the old easy to get in, hard to master mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
That works. All right.
It's just the power creep you gotta worry about.
Well, it's always a problem, but.
So, any other questions for us so far?
Well, I guess the big question is for people that are interested in following the game or joining in on events that might be going on to promote it, what's the best way, other than our awesome little podcast here, that they can hear, see, read, or know about when different Pony Wars events are going to be happening in conventions or local card blah, blah, blah places?
Local card shops or game stores or toy stores, you know, whichever falls into the category.
So the big two right now are, there's two ways to find out about events and stuff, and that's our own personal Discord, the Pony Wars CCG Discord server. If you guys would like, I can send a invite link to that.
Yeah, that's fine.
The other location is our Facebook page. For some reason, the guy I had set up for it set it up as a group, so for some reason it doesn't have a link.
It's a private group.
No, it's a public group.
Not a public group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Public.
Sorry, I work in a private joy builder group, so I know some, but not all.
I think it just might be a little more complicated to get people in on it.
Yeah.
But in any case, here's the Facebook group. We'll also be sure to put a link to it in the show notes as well for Pony Wars. I'd like to imagine that there's a link to the Discord in here as well, along with the Pony Wars website.
I'm getting it for you.
No, I know.
I was away for a little bit.
I'm just mentioning it for anybody listening to this, whether live or archived, so they know where to get the links to everything.
Yep. So, there you go. I put the Discord. You guys can post at the chat. We're already at 40 plus members on the Discord, and the game is just getting out and stuff. I just received word from several people that they've already received their stuff, and I think you, Circuit Main, are excited to get your stuff opened.
I am eager to get it open and actually take a look at it and see what I think from a personal perspective.
I'm not surprised mine hasn't come yet.
Shipping.
Yeah, shipping.
If you're from Canada,
no,
I know where it is.
No, he's just in rural.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said it's shipping and it's not anything on your end. It's just the U.S. Postal Service being the U.S. Postal Service.
Trust me, I've had my fair share to deal with that today.
Oh, I understand that completely. That's why it's all on the USPS.
Well, we did say in our email that as fast as USPS can be.
Yep.
All right. Also, real quick reminder to anybody watching: if you're watching this live, well, you'll probably hopefully be watching this live because I don't think maybe our recording archive will get out in time if you're in the Indianapolis area, in Indianapolis, Indiana, or even in just in Indiana if you want to take a little trek. Midwest Games is where they're going to be showcasing the card game on August, I want to say 1st, but I don't think...
August 1st, 2 p.m. Eastern.
Right. Okay.
That is.
That's right. I do my homework. No, I mean...
Good. I'm glad someone reads my my posts.
Well, it's kind of his job to read the post so he can regurgitate it to us.
I'm going to go ahead and mute Toa for a moment now. Because that's what a mama bird does. She mutes her little regurgitating saplings. Anyway, sorry. I don't know where I was going with that. I don't. Okay, chat. I don't think there were any big questions in the chat room that I saw. Nope, it doesn't. No, doesn't look like there's any questions. Guess one other question I have is, there was the tabletop simulator. I know I mentioned this earlier, but I thought I'd bring it up again just for the sake of it. The tabletop simulator beta or test version, is that also going to be getting an update at some point in the future for people to just dip their feet in if they don't want to invest the money just yet?
You know who's the perfect person to ask that question to?
Oh.
Andrew.
I'm sorry. The tabletop simulator version...
Beta.
Is that up and running? It is not up and running as far as I know, but it will be. It will be soon. I can make sure that happens.
Excellent. As much as I'd like to tell people to buy the card game, I'm also a good proponent and make sure you know what you're getting into first.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And yeah, that table. I love the idea of table. I wish more people did this like you guys with setting up a tabletop simulator so people can try the game.
Get on tabletop simulator as quickly as you're doing it.
Yeah, I mean they could try the game, they can get a feel of it, and they're just like, I like this. Let's get the actual cards. Let's do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I apologize that we haven't gotten it updated. We've just, had a lot of other things going on, but I think we could definitely get that running soon.
I understand. You needed to get the cards printed. There was something wrong with the printer.
There was other things to take care of. Tabletop can wait.
A rabbit nibbled on my card box. Wait, what?
From what I can gather from our plan in the future is we're actually shifting printers, and people will be able to buy the game directly from the printer. Is the plan. So that's in the works right now. So just keep your eyes out for that. We did up the price a little bit to $20 per pack. Mostly that was through some business negotiations of mine and through some connections that I have. They made that suggestion.
Considering the boxes are as thick as a booster pack, I think it's pretty standard fare.
Yeah, I mean you get so what actually comes in a pack? That's a good question. I think that maybe you guys missed, and I can answer that.
Yeah, go right ahead.
What comes in a pack is you get one of the 6 heroes. You won't know which one comes in the pack. You're not gonna know if you're gonna get Midnight. You don't know if you're gonna get Moonlight. You don't know if you're gonna get Rising Dawn.
It's equal chance to get any epic card or anything like that.
Right. So you're not going to know what hero you're going to get. You know that you're going to get 3 militia and 3 locations. Andrew, do you remember what the 3 militia are and the 3 locations?
They will always be the same, and as I go through these cards to sort them, I will find them and I will make sure to put those out.
Okay. The next thing that you'll get is there are currently 2 epic slots. So 2 slots in the deck that basically say, this is an epic slot. Now I'm doing this with, and I'm not going to give numbers, but unless Andrew feels like that we need to give out the percentiles. In those epic slots are all the rare locations along with the 9 epic cards. There's a total of 14 cards socketed for those 2 slots.
And what that means is that there is, for any given pack, you will get 2 cards that could be epics, could be locations. It's possible that you could get the same card, I believe, in those slots. But also, it's if you get 2 locations, then you would have to basically a deck is largely playable out of the box. But if you get a location, you have to take that. You'd have to replace one of the locations that's in the starter locations selection for that, because of the way that comes together. But because you only get 3 location slots, 3 militia slots. That said, you can put additional militia in the deck, but locations have to start in play.
Yeah, so you can get 4 locations in a pack, but you can only play 3 of them. But at the same time, if you pull a location in an epic, you will still be, even if you take that location out, you'll still be meeting the epic limit for your deck. So the deck will still be playable out the gate.
A deck comes with about 50 cards, so actually, I think it's 52 cards. So even if both of your cards are epics, you'll still be able to play with both of them. What else is, the deck is largely playable straight out of the box. With minimal alterations. You just have to go through and make sure that you can get it.
Something like that described on the Kickstarter.
Yeah, so what was described initially on the Kickstarter, we discovered about midway through development that the way that we were saying it on the Kickstarter, we had to redo a lot of things because of when the Kickstarter was made and stuff, and that's our fault. That is why we decided to provide the promos and started providing the promos and extra content. Everyone should have received at least 1 to 2 packs more than they would have if from their initial Kickstarter. So you should have received 1 to 2 packs more than what you actually bought.
That's pretty generous. Thank you.
Nice.
Because we recognize that that's our fault for misrepresentation, and that's why when everyone got the email, it specifically said what you would be getting in that Google Doc.
All right, and let's see here. Yep, no, chat room is still sans questions. I can't think of anything we might have forgotten to cover or heads up on. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
So, I don't know whether anyone knows, but we're doing a development stream on Friday. That is a kind of, I wouldn't want to say closed doors, but it's an opportunity for YouTubers. Circuit Main, I know I invited you to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of your guys' opportunity as YouTube channels to really get down to the nitty and gritty with us developers, and be able to share that information with your communities and stuff, and be able to say, hey, I was, here's the nitty and gritty of this game and kind of the in-depth, things on lore, things on development. You'll probably hear some horror stories in development. Andrew, you think we have any of those to share?
Well, I don't know for sure how many of those we would want to share exactly, but yes, we have some of them.
If there's some names you can't mention, just redact them or change them up a little.
I don't think it might be a name situation. Maybe they accidentally mixed them up with the
I'm
strip
just
pony
guessing
card
there might
deck.
be.
I understand development issues, trust me.
As someone who's a graphic designer, at least I moonlight as one, and it's also going. I mean, we had arguments about this is the size we want, but this is not how the text flows. What type of text do we want? You know, that fun stuff.
Oh yes, there were several of those.
Yes.
Yeah, the text font was one of the main reasons why you reprinted them.
Yeah.
Well, also it's the other thing of trying to find the right art. Does this look like the character looks in our head? No. Does this look like good armor design? No. You know, that whole thing as well.
Right. Anyway, okay. It definitely sounds like an exciting time. Yeah, I can't wait for Friday. Right, it's Friday.
There's always a lot going on Fridays. It's always fun.
There's always so much going on every day.
Every Friday I look around like, it's the end of the week, but there's just so much to do.
Honestly, I personally cannot wait for the sealed event. I am so excited to see what people pull out of their packs. It's, I'm like, what are people going to get? What are people going to pull? And I'm really excited to see what people get and what people think. And we will be definitely available to answer any questions. I'm sure people will have them.
I'll probably.
I'll aware of possible fist fights, because you know how passionate some people get.
Actually,
So, maybe answered this before, but you mentioned like starter decks and stuff. I imagine there's different types of starter decks that you hand out.
So the demo decks are separate from the actual packs, and we don't actually have a starter deck anymore, which was one of the reasons why we had to supply more for the Kickstarter, because we no longer have a starter deck. Instead, basically the pack is your starter deck now. So that the pack you get is your starter deck, and
yeah, I heard it changed throughout production.
It did. We had a lot of changes in production, including a rewrite of the entire rule system.
Twice.
Yeah.
More than twice.
If you're not rewriting your rule system, you're not breaking the game hard enough.
Twice.
Exactly. If you're not having to rewrite your gaming system, that means you're not trying to push it.
I would love to go over what the earlier versions were if you're interested.
Second, what do you think?
I think we got a little time. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
I wasn't thinking now, but maybe.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, later then. We'll do it later. Yeah, we'll go. We'll save that for Friday then. Let's save that for Friday.
Yeah, save it for Friday because you might not have all the information on hand to explain. How the systems use.
Yeah, and in all honesty, we've been. Yeah, I mean, this has definitely been fascinating, but we've been digging at it for like 45, 50 minutes. I did not expect this to go this long.
Second, you know when you bring guests, we go into the grill and interview section.
Yeah, but my pillars have crumbled. All right. Well, in any case, we got a lot of exciting news of what's coming up. We got a nice little sneak. Well, not exactly a sneak peek because you know people can buy these now if they really wanted. But yeah, we got to look at the cards. I got to look at the cards personally, and yeah, it looks like a big plan is finally starting to come out, and can't wait to see what the end results are.
Can we get one last look at those the big promo cards that are only available at certain things?
Yeah, the holos.
Yeah, the promos. Yeah. The shinies, the foils.
Yes.
The only foils in the game.
The foil.
Oh, that is so pretty. That is so damn pretty.
All right, and okay, chat room. If you have any, and chat room, if you have any questions at all, now is the absolute last second to get them in. And while we see if chat has any other questions at all, does anybody else here have any quick questions to ask our interviewees here before we go ahead and let them go to sort out decks and start getting things ready for August and for Friday?
All the conventions.
And so much more.
I just want to hear those horror stories and having to rebuild the game systems because I am one of those people where, especially in D&D and stuff, where people add in new rule sets, I am the one that always breaks them.
Hey, Andrew, do you think we could go real quick into the story of what happened at the end of November?
I mean, sure. So, Okay, so basically what happened was we hadn't really had a proper test of the game. Like the we'd gone through the design process. We'd gotten to many of the different we've gone through many of the different iterations. We've checked things out. We tried putting decks together and throw them at each other. Try to see how that went. Now, at the time, there were some interesting mechanics. We had a shield mechanic on characters, so that they had to take a certain amount of damage before they would go away. You would you would attack your opponent's fortifications, and there was all kinds of extra stuff that we didn't wind up going with in the end. But this is all built off of the original idea, and what wound up happening was that we'd wind up with games where the actual final, when you play a game, you'd play through a whole round and nothing would happen. And it wasn't interesting. It wasn't fun. It wasn't. There was no way to progress, and stalemates were far more common than anything else. You only actually make any progress if somebody made a huge mistake or came out the gate way too fast, and that's not really where we want the game to be. That does not an interesting game make.
What happened after that?
Well, what happened after that was basically I said, no, we're not doing this. We need a complete rewrite. So we had a couple of different. We've got. I'm not the only designer on the team. We had another person that was actually doing a lot of the work. And by the way, he deserves a lot of credit for this.
He really does.
Shout him out.
Yeah. His name is Alexander, and he is, he does this kind of thing a lot. Works on game design projects, and he deserves a lot of the credit for this because, he was sitting there doing hours upon hours of playtesting, quite a lot, and he came up with where all the numbers need to be. So what wound up happening is that. We said this entire system needs to be rewritten from the ground up. We can't work with this as it is right now. And so we both came up with different iterations and different versions of how the game needed to go. And then we tested them. We gave it a try. We tried to see what was going on with that. And what wound up happening in the end was the version that the final version that we wound up with definitely took elements from both of those, but it took quite a while to get there. And one of the games that I'm just going to go ahead and say this. One of the games that I had a lot of inspiration behind this with was a game called Legend of the Five Rings, and I don't know if any of you've played that before. It's one of the old classic ones from the old days of card games.
I saw it around.
Heard of it?
I know of it, but I never actually played it.
Yeah, well, it was it's got its own quirks, and it's definitely not a perfect game by any means, but it's one that I always enjoyed, and the main thing that I liked about it is definitely something that was preserved, which is the action sequence, which is to say, in the course of a turn, what you're doing is you're playing an action, your opponent's playing an action, and then you're playing an action, and then your opponent plays an action. There is no stack. An action happens, it finishes. If there's reactions that happen, those happen in response to it, but that action is what happens that turn, and then it goes on to the next player's action. And then that action sequence is going on back and forth, and that's how the game plays. That was not present prior to the rewrite, or prior to the first rewrite. It was one player plays their turn, then the other player plays their turn. And after the rewrite, what we wound up doing is both players share a turn. You both build up, you both play cards over the course of that turn, and then at the end of the turn, you have a big battle to work out who was more successful. I believe that wound up working better than anything that we had going on before it.
Didn't you guys yell at me too to basically get out of your way?
There may have been a bit of that going on. I imagine that your perspective is a bit more vivid on that.
They were busy trying to go, how do we fix this game? How do we fix this game?
Yeah, because one of the big things that Drada was really trying to do, he had this game idea that he was working on for, he was working on it for a year and a half at that point, if not longer, and he was really hoping to make that work. And then we come in and look at it and be like, this isn't fun. And that's not a fun thing to hear, That's not a very nice thing to look at, but, sometimes that needs to happen.
Criticism hurts, but we don't grow without it.
True.
Right. And I think that in the end, the game is better for it.
Yeah, and I agree with that. The game is definitely I actually like this version over that previous version. I love what we have here. This game is absolutely fun. In fact, I'm like, at the sealed event on August 1st, I want to be like, I want to play. And then I realize I'm the creator. I can't play in my own sealed event.
Well, not yet anyway. Get somebody else to run it for you. Run my sealed event. I want to play.
So basically,
way
even
to
if
play
somebody
is to just take the people that are in the losing bracket after they've lost.
So basically, even if they're going like 200 cards in a deck or something crazy like that, because it's action versus reaction, it's a very quick-paced game. Is that right?
Right. Yeah, no, because you never wind up with somebody taking a turn and then playing out their entire deck before you get a chance to do anything, because you will always have chances to respond to them.
That's honestly the biggest thing I don't like about Magic. Like, I've listened to people do their turns in Magic, and I timed them at some point. It's like, wow, this is like easily 10 to 30 minutes a turn.
Yeah, that's one of the things that turns me off on Magic.
Yeah, as someone who does the online version of Magic, it can be long, but sometimes you run into a mill deck that they can't beat your thrown together deck, and just laugh as they go through cards until they run out of cards and die.
That's why competitive Magic actually has a time limit, such that if you're taking most of the time limit, that can actually go against you.
Mm-hmm. But also the tit for tat of this game is just like, you did war, but with actual flavor and an actual battle that is just, this card wins, no, that card wins, this card wins, that card wins. That type of flow.
Right.
Honestly, when you kind of described it to me, it reminded me a lot of like the kind of D&D system in a way, or really any RP system, because you get an action, and then the opponent can get a reaction if they're able to. And that's kind of why I thought, like, wow, this is a very fast-paced game.
Well, I could see that the cards are all boxed up now, so I think we've definitely gone on far enough with this. Do you have any other quick shout-outs here before we go ahead and let you go?
Well, I do want to thank everyone on my team and everyone that has supported us up to this point. Thank you, Andrew, for obliging me with coming on the show tonight. I know it was last minute for you.
And also doing the webcam stuff. That was pretty
that was very nice.
Yeah, that was nice, yeah. All right, Andrew, do you have any shout-outs?
Awards are now available. We're selling.
Oh, yeah. Look in the show notes. Link is in the show notes, along with pretty much every single part of their social and lore media and everything. Pretty much everything we got so far. But yeah, Andrew, do you have any shout-outs before we go ahead and let you go as well?
Only that I hope to see you at the conventions that I'm going to. I look forward to playing this game with real people and in places that people congregate. I look forward to it becoming a spectacle.
All right. And with that, we're going to go ahead and let Drada and Andrew go so they can continue to work on the game and make sure things are ready for both this weekend as well as convention time. Because those are the fun times, right?
Go ahead and turn off my video.
The chair and all this fuss.
Yeah.
And with that, let's go ahead and jump into actual pony news here. We're running a little, very late on this, so yeah, unfortunately,
we'll have that be the discussion portion for the day.
Pretty much. Yep. So yeah, we were going to talk about Pillars of Equestria. This is going to have to be held for another day. Yoink. So let's go ahead and talk about the news here and what we have going on in the world of the Brony community for this week. Of course, as always, we're going to start off with a big, giant spoiler tag because we have more G5 news. So there's our spoiler tag right there.
Spoiler until the movie is out.
Even then, we're still probably going to give it a few weeks just so people have a chance to see the movie before we start removing that. And even then, who knows how long. So, spoiler tag up. What do we have so far? Well, we have more animations, including Spinny Zip. So, who's this Ponymon, everybody? Quickly, guess.
It's Pikachu!
No, it's a Jigglypuff seen from above.
I was about to do that.
Everybody does that.
It's obviously Vmon.
Yeah, okay.
It's Twilight Swirl.
No.
Oh god, it is Twilight
it's
Swirl.
It's Tarumon.
Yeah, behold, we got Zip going in a circle. That's all that is. That is all that is. So, for news that, why can't we have that? My Little Pony, a Next Generation movie, is set to get a theatrical release in Mother Russia. In Russia. Yes.
It's kind of crazy that they're doing a theatrical release in Russia. But...
I know, I'm kind of annoyed.
Kind of ironic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, yes, considering it is Russia.
But yeah, it looks like it is getting a full on. Yeah, they're getting a full-on theatrical release, so while we get to sit at home on our Discords and watch the movie on the Netflix, they're going to be able to go to a big box office, get a $20 tub of popcorn, and watch the entire movie. And they won't be able to...
Popcorn is thievery at this point in the movie to business.
But yeah, it's still, you know, I'm glad it's getting a theatrical release somewhere, but I kind of wish it was here in the U.S. so I had have an excuse to make a day out of it. Like just go, you know, like go to a diner and get like an awesome hamburger, and then just kind of go walking around the bed, and then play in the arcade, and then go watch the movie.
Circuit stream party.
I know we do get a stream party though, so I get to at least watch it with all my friends here as we watch in silence, and then we talk about it afterwards. Silence. Okay, well, let's.
Silence. I kill you.
We all knew that was coming.
And of course, here's another animation because, okay, who's this Ponymon? I think it's Angie Woman.
No. It is clearly Izzy. What? No one ever guesses the computer wins.
I'm going to go ahead and mute Toa because he actually answered it correctly.
It's Twilight Sparkle.
You don't answer these correctly. You make dumbass answers.
It's a cotton candy.
So, yeah, she's basically a hyperactive fun doll. Alright, so yeah, there's a little animation there. And, do you know what else we have? More animations! No, seriously, it's
what?
Like, for some reason, it's like the big thing that they have right now is just animations. So,
well, in fairness, if you see how they move, it's less, you know, jarring when you do see them on screen.
That's fair, I guess, but it's just kind of funny that we're getting so little in the way of actual movie screenshots, and we're just getting these little animations the whole time.
Seems Hasbro has found the plumbing leak.
I guess
they may have fixed the pipe, but the leaks will always find a way out. Also, find your sparkle. Time to sparkle. I think there's a theme.
No. It's a hit. No, it's
glitter at our faces. You never get it off.
We got it. we got it. No, this is a hint. The whole idea is to hunt for Twilight Sparkle.
Yes.
The whole all of
Sparkle.
G5 is just to try to find their
Find
sparkle.
your sparkle.
They're trying to find their Twilight Sparkle. Where's your Twilight Sparkle?
They're trying to find what makes them sparkle.
They're trying to find the old mentor that ran away to a planet of darkness.
But in the end, the lesson is all we needed was friendship.
Here's the funny one. BFFs forever. I thought these two were brother and sisters.
Well, some families actually have siblings that are the best friends forever.
Lies. You're supposed to hate your family with a burning passion.
Circuit.
You say
Twilight,
that,
I didn't want to say nothing,
everything.
but Shining is adopted.
Okay, this one's just kind of funny. Just an animation that says every pony.
Adopted best friend.
Every pony. Every pony. What? Do you want to go for ice cream?
Listen.
Every pony. Behold, corn. No.
Yes.
Great Cornelio. No.
Let the pony harvesting commence.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're sounding terrible. Let's go ahead and move on here.
We should just move on.
Hey, don't be mad because Aquatine's funny.
Okay, taking a quick look
know.
here. Comic. Okay, so doing the way for a segue from merch to movie to merch. Here's the voice actresses unboxing their figures. If you want to check it out on video here.
Oh, man, that hurt a lot.
Oh, I said, is it more than just voice actors and actresses? See, here it is.
Do we actually have Hitch?
Hitch is actually
No.
here. Hitch is actually here.
Oh, frick yeah.
We have Hitch. He's not hiding away in the corner.
He's not
Because
under
I
the
gotta
box.
say, why are you acting crazy?
Oh, this actually gives us a good idea what their voices will sound like.
It might.
Well,
I'm not gonna play it because I'm scared of YouTube.
Yeah, but
Yeah. If you really do want to check it out, though, check it out
I
in the show
expected
notes.
as much from you, Circuit.
Yeah. So
what?
So we got a good segue
That
here.
image on thumbnail on the right.
Oh, yeah. The spoilers. Anyway. So, no, that is not it. That's something else. The Generation merch. G5 merch, including we already got off colors. Oh my god.
Don't take him no time at all.
Wow. The movie's not even out yet. We already got base dupe colors. Oh my god.
That green colored pip looks like Vapor Trail, kind of.
Yeah, it does.
It kind of does. Now here's something funny. Star Scout here is the only one that doesn't got a. Well, is she the only one that doesn't have a dupe in here? No, I think Izzy also might be free of it.
Only one in the image who doesn't have a dupe.
In that image, no. It's only the Pega side.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, jeez, that's.
Yeah.
crazy.
So the My Little Pony New Generation Movie Royal Gala Collection toys for kids. 9 pony figures, 13 accessories, a poster, and Amazon exclusive.
Of course, Amazon exclusive.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the hat on this one.
Ooh, that is a nice hat.
That is fancy.
That is a
Also, I appreciate
the
how
pad
they've
body.
done the sculpt for these ponies. They actually have necks. They have necks.
How
What?
dare they have necks?
Actually, I'm more disturbed what's around this one's neck.
Is that a camera?
Photo.
I don't
Is
think
that an ID badge?
it looks like an ID badge, but it doesn't look right, does it?
No, it's weird.
If you
Yeah,
find me,
paint it
return me
on.
to my owner. He has black.
If we lost, return to so and so.
Oh, gee, these are actually raising more questions than answers at this point, which is good. I like that. Okay.
Oh wait, no wonder they have so many duplicates. Everyone is trying to be them.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Painted on neck thing.
And there's the exclusive. Wow, really? It just comes in a plain. This is the most interesting
That's
plain
a pretty
box.
plain box.
It is, right?
And
Oh
you
my
can tell
God, the
exactly
frickin'
where the pattern
blind
is
box.
repeated too. So
Yeah.
Whoever
Great.
was behind the marketing of that design of that box,
Hey,
go back to the drawing board.
it's an Amazon exclusive. That box is exclusive, and we all know why.
yes,
Yes.
we figured it out.
So, if boxes aren't your thing, how about having ponies in the shower? And not that way.
Oh,
Ah,
Foam stickers that you can put in the shower.
there are some jokes that come to mind which I will not utter.
We don't need to.
God.
We're just gonna let it better together. Oh my god! I actually
You gotta
Oh,
let
God.
it soak in.
Oh,
soak in, huh?
I don't
Yep,
even need to
okay.
say anything.
No.
wanna draw me with bath crayons?
So we're gonna go ahead and move on here. So, G5 puzzles. There's more puzzles that are popping up.
Whoa! Look at those
That's
crazy
gonna
faces.
end up on tabletop.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine so. Well, we could put it on tabletop right now. Just take the image and put it
Yeah,
on.
just take the image.
Yeah, take the image and put it on a jigsaw pattern. It's easy enough.
Yeah, your computer will do it for you.
We still have that puzzle to finish if someone ever gets around to it.
Nah.
Hey, hold on. Hey, you two should kiss.
Yes.
Our new princess is shipping, everyone.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm down with that.
I
I'm
really-
down with that.
I realized I should have been doing this right off the bat here, make things a little easier for you guys. There we go.
Second, it's been a long opening.
Yeah.
It's been a day.
It already has been a day. We haven't even gotten close. You two should kiss. Okay, good. That's enough. Oh, look at my teeth. All right, and I
Look
think
at
we
my
got.
human teeth.
Oh no, here we go. And here's a lot of Italian My Little Pony New Generation books.
Yep.
We got No Way Polski Film Water.
Great job.
We got the 100 Nakashota check. We got probably about 5 people on Twitter trying to cancel me now. Sunny E Sui Magica Amici.
People have tried to cancel
Negi
I believe
it.
e
that's a
colora.
coloring book.
Probably a
Right.
coloring book, yeah. My Little Pony. Pony e Unicorni Ignoria. Hey, who is that? Why is it unicorn? It's not even a unicorn. That's Hitch.
Yeah.
You're an awesome man.
My Little Pony.
Or maybe is
Ar
it how they
Corbalani
got Unicorn
Magici.
101.
My Little Pony. La Magia Dejli Unicorni.
I get this feeling that circuit. I get this feeling that if I knew Italian, I'd probably be angry at you.
I probably got 10 people in Italy that are planning to beat the crap out of me.
When we find this guy named Circuits, he will get his comeuppance.
So, saith we the Italian mafia.
All he needs to do is
I'd say to them,
all he
let's
needs to
join
do is
the,
show a pizza
priest-
and call it Italian, and we will beat the crap out of him, just like we
To
did
that, I
the
say
Olympics.
Attend the pre-show. You won't be disappointed.
All right. Speaking of which, final little thing here, and I am going to warn you. This could be a heavy spoiler. I say could be, but because I'm also questioning this quite heavily. So, a new Amazon bit of merch has also popped up for Halloween. The Sunny Star Scout Halloween costume.
Okay, that's not as creepy, but still somewhat creepy.
I'm just going to give it a minute here.
Wings.
There it is.
And a horn.
There it is. There. That's the question here.
But honestly, it could just go.
Yeah.
Look, we had a bunch of these old things. We're just gonna give it.
Yeah, it could
Or
mean
like the
absolutely dick.
Twilight from the Equestria girls. That
Wait,
she
wait a minute. I have to look in the circuit on that last one. I need to let's see. Oh my God, they're right. Guess what? On that last story about Italian books. Yeah, that first one and the second one, that's not Italian.
What? Really?
That's Polish.
Oh, no wonder it didn't sound right to me. I mean, I could make it sound vaguely Italian.
And the first one literally translates to film story. It's the book of the movie.
It's the movie book.
It's the movie. It's the movie. The book. The movie.
If you don't have
let me see. And by the way, this is of course all Google Translate helping me out here.
By the way, don't iron this. Apparently, you don't want to iron 100% polyester children's Halloween costumes.
Why not?
I don't know.
Okay,
Go ahead and iron it and find out.
Okay,
Dude, I got a polyester shirt.
And the second book is just stickers.
And I was welding in it. Biggest mistake of my life.
So yeah, if there's a spoiler or they're just trying to get rid of extra merchandise because they have it, I guess we'll find out one way or another.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. It'd be kind of weird if they decide to glow up the main character in the damn movie instead of giving it a few seasons. But who knows?
Well, what kind of is weird for me is that the wings and horn is transparent, which that could honestly be from any costume set.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly add to anything. So who knows?
No.
So
why do I feel like? Wait, why do I feel like this is wrong? Either Google Translate is wrong, or they made a big mistake on the cover of one of these books. Oh, I just realized the titles are translated right above their images on Equestria Daily. So, yeah, because Equestria Daily has Sunny and her magical friends. Google Translate says his.
Actually, that's not the first time I saw his in there randomly out of nowhere on a translation.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like last week we had that.
Well, I've also seen someone who's translating a story instead of they have mail.
All right.
I don't know how that happens, but.
All right, we're gonna get off of G5 here now. So spoiler tag is going off. We are off of G5. Let's go ahead and talk about the other stuff that we're going to spoil for everybody. My Little Pony Generations 1 comic has been solicited. So this is the Generation 1 meets Generation 4, or the two generations that people are more willing to talk about come together.
When is this coming out exactly? Because I've yet to pre-order.
I haven't pre-ordered mine yet either, but I gotta do that. I also gotta pick up mine. Looks like the pre-order date is August 18th and estimated street release October 20th. So yeah, I'll probably have to get my pre-order taken care of this week, to be honest.
Well, also it's one of those things of there's not a whole lot of people that want to do ponytails, and we all agree that G3, at least 3.5, was a mistake. G3 as a whole is not bad.
Let's just move on.
Well, it did give us Minty.
Okay, no! No! Oh my god!
Yes.
Oh, is Cold Dust here?
Hold on, let me do the Dragon Wizard Summon.
No, I don't think he's here at all. I think he's actually
I
gone.
don't think so.
I know where he is.
Okay.
I can summon him if needed, but
He might lose his shit on this.
Oh, what?
Okay, you know, I'll go ahead and read it. I'll let CMC decide if this is something that should be known. So, synopsis. A long time ago, an evil witch named Hydia sought to destroy pony kind. Now her granddaughters Crackle and Dyer are back to finish the job.
interesting. Interesting.
It's referencing the movie with the Smooths, the original Smooths. The witches. They're using the damn witches.
Ringing a bell.
He is going off to get coal.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where he went off to get coal. Probably another server they're both in.
Yeah, he's probably in the Flagstop server.
No.
Oh.
Cold Dust.
No.
What's up, man?
You're gonna freak.
Let's fucking go, mate.
Okay, Cold Dust, how much do you know so far?
Know about what?
Okay, everybody say nothing. This especially goes double for the robot in the corner. So
I have a whistle.
I said nothing. So
I have a whistle too.
Yeah. So IDW is planning on bringing out
whistle code.
Now IDW is planning on bringing out a comic of the meetup of Generation 1 to Generation 4.
Yes. Yes.
Now-
Yes.
They just recently released the synopsis. They just recently... Toa, say one more word and I will mute you. I don't care what it is. So,
Hit me with it.
they released a
Let me know the goods.
solicitation with a synopsis of the first issue. I'll just read the first line. A long
Alright.
time ago, an evil witch named Hydia sought to destroy pony kind. Now her
Yes.
granddaughters, Crackle and Dyer, are back to finish the job.
Yes.
And
Hell
we now
the
have a happy
fuck
home.
yeah.
I figured you would lose your shit when you heard this.
I am so pumped. Let's fucking go. Oh man. Alright. You know what this calls for? Before these comics release, we are going to watch My Little Pony the movie. Let's get all smoothed up, y'all.
They don't come out till October
Well,
20th, so yeah,
let's
we could
see
easily
if
do
there's,
that.
No
So
questions
we
asked.
have time to get the smooths all over us.
We got
Hell,
time.
yeah.
you know what? We should watch all of My Little Pony Generation 1. Like, I'm talking like all of My Little Pony and Friends. Also, if y'all are interested in My Little Pony Tales, because I'm always up for more ponytails.
Cole, give me a time and date and I will be there.
Alright, it's going to be hard to find those nuts, though.
I know, dates are really expensive, aren't they?
Yeah.
But hey, I got a couple of
Actually,
cases.
wait, I might have some dates. Hang on.
Well, good news is I found a bunch of cheap time.
So just be careful. Let's not just slip into the future.
You guys are so lucky. I mean, you're getting dates and you got enough time
Oh,
for the
read what
dates.
Commander
Sorry,
wrote in the
oh, sorry,
chat,
I've just
and
got
you will
walnuts and
know
almonds.
to watch
That's
your
all
back.
right. It's better than the peanuts I normally have.
So one of the things I did was I went to a maple store because my friend.
Come on.
Well, you see, I have a friend up here traveling in from Nebraska, you know. So he wanted to pick up some Vermontese things for his folks back in Nebraska, and we hit this one place that my other friend knew, who's from Vermont, who basically was like, "Hey, I know a place with maple stuff," and yo, they had so much good maple stuff. Like they had maple roasted almonds, maple roasted walnuts, truffles, and the other thing that I picked up was a little maple cup, a pouring cup, so that way I can pour maple syrup from a little muggy thing, and I can heat it up and have that nice warm maple syrup that like runs like water and is delicious.
Sorry, my
Okay,
apologies.
Austin,
It's
Fred
just that
Nebraska.
during that little talk, unfortunately, my fingernail that I was worried about finally split itself in a bad way, and I had to.
Oh, God.
I had to cut it off before it actually got into the bad area. So it looks funky.
Okay.
It looks funky as hell, but it's not going to hurt me. Don't worry.
Better than
it,
the whole nail split.
It looks funky as hell, but it's not going to split or hurt me in any way. So I'm
nail
good.
trimming, nothing more.
Yeah, just
It's
a little
all right,
trail.
Cole. It's all right. It's okay, buddy. There's no bad nails. There's no bad nails. It's all right, buddy.
All right. So yeah,
Okay, so
excitement.
Going with the date with this.
So comic excitement. This is, I mean, if this is going to be the way that they're going to finish off the My Little Pony in comics, this is a hell of a way to do it.
Hell yeah. Also, on the topic of My Little Pony and comics, I went to a comic store and I bought a bunch of My Little Pony comics.
Nice.
Good on you.
Perfect.
Yes.
Now, speaking of My Little Pony comics, let's go ahead and talk about the other comic issues that have just recently wrapped up. Magic of Cybertron issue 4 released last week. This, of course, is dealing with ponies meeting Transformers. And if any of you are all curious about the first few pages, I honestly wouldn't do it. It's spoiler-tastic if you haven't read any of it yet.
I'm not gonna watch.
In fact, I'm not going to scroll. I'm not going to scroll. I'm not scrolling at all. But I say, if you want to, check it out. Check it out. It's all there. And let's go ahead. Who wants another reason to play Five Nights at Freddy's?
Not me. Not me.
Well, too bad you're getting one.
Yeah, too bad.
Somebody's making a Pinkie Pie mod.
This isn't Five Nights at Freddy's.
This is Friday Night Funkin'.
I'm sorry, Friday Night Funkin'. I got close. I got close to the words in there. I kind of.
These things is not like the other
Not
one.
really.
Big different genre.
Also, well, second, you we're talking about FNAF, not Funk.
Leave me alone. Anyway, Friday Night Funkin' has a Pinkie Pie mod.
Oh my god.
At least it's a work in progress mod, so it's not available just yet, but it's really well done so far. So you can see right here.
This game has been really well done.
Yeah.
Because they made this game with the intent of letting the modders go crazy.
And they have.
You can use
It's so simple,
keyboard,
too.
you can use a DVR
Yeah.
mat, you can use a 6-key setup.
Yeah, I've seen people with the 6-key setup. It's insane.
Oh, they even got a duet going on.
That's
You
how
set
this
up on
game
the right
goes.
side of the keyboard and
Yep.
Well, there's also the crazy thing is someone might just do a banana controller or some other crazy type of control method.
But yeah, so it's considered a work in progress. They don't have it completely done yet, but so far, at least it looks like the animations are good. So it's probably just a matter of a little bit more programming. So it's exciting to see.
It looks like they got all the animations there, so.
Yep, they got the hard stuff out of the way, in all honesty. So the rest of it should be relatively simple, all things considered. And finally, a Pony compilation album, Pony Family Busy Having Fun, is now available for free. You can actually go and get this from Bandcamp right now, and it's free. It's 14 awesome little songs. They were great songs. I actually listened to a few of them.
Well, why do I see your mouse going straight to that download link?
For a second, I was concerned I was sharing screens.
I'm sorry, as soon as you said free second, I know where
Sorry,
Cole's
did you
going.
just try to click the download on Circuit Stream?
I did not, thankfully.
I'm hoping not.
I just called him out as soon as he went to it, and I'm just like, Cole, you're there, aren't you? Yeah.
But it's awesome music. It's it's completely free. I mean, there's no reason not to at least download it and give it a listen. Except that you might enjoy it too much and want to keep listening to it because you're too busy having fun.
All right, so what's next on the docket?
That's it. That's it for the news. So let's go ahead and go into content creation, and of course, with that means the challenge of the week. The challenge of the week was not food.
It was hard.
Of course, that was a challenge that we received from Commander Something after...
It was your failure to try and find us something that wasn't food.
Yeah. But we also had the Protest Initiative Challenge.
Yes, the Protest Initiative Challenge, which was...
Hang on, as he looks it up.
No, I'm totally professional, which was, want IRC pop out and button isn't working.
A good pen. It was a good pen.
Yes.
Alright.
A good pen.
A good
which,
pen.
I remember why I made it that, because, like, I got some nice good pens, and, good pens make all the difference. Like, seriously.
Alright, so first off, we're going to show off Cole's real fast. Not Cole, Toakoi's real fast. Because I went a little overboard in my case here, so we're... Actually, I don't think we have anything for yours, Cole.
Yes, I submitted nothing. I am sorry.
That's alright.
There's no food. You submitted no food.
So we have a pen.
I successfully submitted no food.
Yep, we have a pen, which it does look like it was actually painted on there as opposed to being lined through.
Well, I tried to just do the outside of the bar, and someone spray painted a pen. Why did someone spray paint a pen? I don't know.
I can give you multiple reasons why, but that all goes down to art.
So mine, I decided to double up a bit. I wanted to work more on my writing, but I also know I need to practice my art a little bit in order to either keep my edge or try to improve it a little bit. So I drew this in a matter of about 20 minutes or so. And I wrote a story in a matter of 40 minutes or so. I actually don't know how long it took me. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and recite the tale of a bar pen. No, nothing here. Where is it? The sounds of shifting utensils and pushed plates came pouring out of the kitchen doors. The group of ponies and the dragon who were comparing pizza toppings shift their focus. No matter how intense a debate between pineapple or artichoke hearts was, when the bartender was upset and the noises in the kitchen being made, you better pay attention in case he needed to become vacant quickly. Running Tab threw open the fridge door first in her digging around, though every shelf in it was bare. She went through each one, examining it intensely, examining it intensely enough like she was expecting something to pop out of thin air. I really feel like I should have.
That could have used a second pass.
It could have. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it could. It could have. I literally.
I was gonna add something in, but I'll say it at the end.
Yeah. Finding nothing but cold air, she shut the door quickly and went on to the freezer, more in an urgent rush and desire than out of any anger. As the shutting sounds filled the dining room, the ponies began to talk to one another.
Yeah. Do you know what this is about?
Asked Deathlight. I don't know. Sorry, I Deathlight just jumped in, so I was seeing if anybody else wanted to.
I don't have it up on my end.
Oh, no worries. I don't know. Last time I saw her like this, it was when Lumi tried to increase service by balancing plates on her wings, said DM. Oh yeah, wasn't that the bet from Prince? Tech was about to chime in.
Hush, don't speak the name unless you're summoned.
Hissed Commander, his claws digging into the ground a little with some memory that begged to be forgotten. Another clatter was heard as Running Tab started to open the pantry, and no longer satisfied with just examining empty shelves, started to rip them out one at a time, dropping them to the floor.
This is a surprisingly clean destruction of an entire kitchen. Oh wow.
Tech said in a curious voice.
Oh.
Well, it works. Deathlight could only sigh and nod, and Commander ruffled his wings a little before responding.
See.
Got distracted.
Well,
it was a big order I had, though. I'm really surprised it's all empty of even the basics of stuff.
Actually,
chimed in a Lumi that suddenly popped up at the table with them looking at the kitchen door as well.
Apparently the dishwasher decided to make a comment that dishes would be easier to clean if they didn't put food on them in the first place.
And?
Deathlight looked at her.
He's currently in timeout in his corner with everything that was left. Honestly, might be for the best. Some of what we had in storage has been there for a while and wasn't labeled or identifiable. Living in the fridge starts playing.
That explains why there's not a body in there. You almost wonder there's a big brain move.
Death responded. And suddenly the sharp clanging of metal could be heard. Sounds
like she found the pans now. Oh, she's at the pans now, man.
Through the window, they could see big, thick metal pans flying through the air, surprisingly a few walks as well. Cast iron? Asked Tech. Gotta give Circuit credit, he knows how to buy quality, said DM in response. A quiet agreement went through the table as the banging eventually stopped, and then a door swung open and they could hear hoofsteps going downstairs.
Now, kitchen is done.
And the wine cellar next, replied back Tech.
Does this place even serve wine?
Asked Lumi.
But you would.
Deathlight looked at her for a moment and sighed as if realizing it was pointless to argue.
Yes, it would have wine, though there would usually be more beer kegs and spirits, since it tends to be more ordered.
Yeah, I definitely could have done that better. Suddenly, DM's eyes shot open. Wait, if she's down there now, and she doesn't find what she's after... All of them suddenly opened their eyes, wide as a collective understanding reached them all at once. Almost as if on cue, from a crazy person writing a story, a shout rang out under the bar from the bottom of the wine cellar.
That's it! I don't know.
That works.
Yeah.
The next moment was almost the same as the starting pistol fired off. I tried really hard to make that work. I really should.
As a starting pistol fire.
Yeah.
Sorry,
The group
pistol fire.
The group jumped up and scurried towards the door in mad panic. Commander and Lumi were first to get to the door, and even though they could easily fit one at a time without issue, the two massive creatures wedged into the door, squawking and roaring as they tried to force their way through. The three ponies didn't wait long for them to finally clear out. Quickly, Tech looked to the left and saw the bathroom door. Making a mad dash over, he quickly pushed open the heavy wooden door, sliding in and immediately locking the door behind him. DM ran up to the door, banging on it to be let in, meeting with a response of, "No hablo inglés, ocupado." Deathlight saw the scene and ran back, jumping over the bar counter. He quickly banged his hoof along the corners until a latch popped open. He swung it open, leading to a trap door that he quickly dived into, shutting it behind him. DM ran over to see if it was shut. DM ran over to see if it was shut, getting only a whiff of something beyond human. Actually, I should have said beyond reasonable. And muffled sounds of metal and sloshing with whispers sounds of "Shut up!
Shut up! Shut up!"
DM looked around again, panicking as all avenues were cut off. In a moment of pure desperate panic again, I guess.
Yep.
He ran to the front and dived out of the bay window. The shattering of glass filled the air before a thud outside was heard, and the sounds of hooves rapidly running down the street could be heard before fading away. Commander and Lumi stopped their struggle at the sight they just saw outside, and both heard the hooves of running Tab coming upstairs. A mixture of strength, adrenaline, and desperate survival filled their souls, and a loud crunch as the wood frame splintered and ripped out of the wall, breaking into pieces as they managed to get free outside, and both started to fly off in opposite directions. In the quiet of the bar, Running Tab came out of the kitchen with a big smile. On her ear was a shiny black pen that was missing since this morning, now nicely polished with a little image, golden. There's a I really botched that. With a little golden let me try that. With a little golden embossed image of a cutie mark on it. I never feel right without this pen. Now, who wants to help me restock the bar? Running Tab looked around the bar, now deathly quiet and a little breezy.
God damn it, Second, I have to fix your damn door again.
Nah, you don't have to worry about that. You're gonna need a bath.
I don't know why, but I see myself as the person that hid the pen.
Nobody hit the pen. Here's the funny thing. Nobody hit the pen. She lost it in the She lost it, and it just rolled into the cellar area.
I'm just saying, I am enough
And
of
here I
a
thought it was
director of
supposed to be
chaos.
something that just
I would totally
fell-
do that.
It sounds
Circuit, I
like
didn't
something
have
that
a
just
copy
fell
for me to
out
read
when
my
getting a
part.
new.
Yeah,
It
come
was
on.
just in content creation.
Yeah, it is in content creation, actually. I did post it there. I waited until the last moment because I didn't want to give context to the image I posted earlier till now. Because I figured the image would just be enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm just saying.
how did someone in chat spam 101 speak her name? Let's see. This is well done. It's still not funny.
Oh.
Come on. I thought it was funny. I thought it was a little funny. Maybe not at the beginning, but near the end, it just kind of the slow build up.
Oh,
No.
Man,
That
there's
was
something
before
else in
the.
gentleman
It was
of the
about the
movie.
the not food prompt.
Yeah.
Oh come on, that was funny. I mean, there's actually no food in the kitchen because it all got eaten or dumped on. By
well, it also doesn't help that it may have been spoiled because somebody was not keeping stock and didn't listen to the one running the kitchen.
Do you want her to keep you in that hole with the food for another week?
I have no nose. I can live.
Yeah, but everybody else does, and they won't get near you.
Yeah, and that's your fault then.
You know what?
I'm just saying, as a wandering
Just
spirit,
have to let them things
You get-
mold enough that they start growing computer viruses.
you get incredibly bored. So being a little bit of chaos is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can make an argument that rats would keep getting into circuitry.
You can, but I
know
have
I'm half
drones
chaos.
and multiple other ways to counter.
Alright, I do gotta admit, there's one little mess up I have with the image here. It's supposed to be her looking at the pen, not at you.
No, it still tracks to the pen.
Not
Also,
quite.
I
Must
just
be looking
remembered
at
when
you.
you said every pony vacant. I just it's just a little nitpick, but I felt like made themselves scarce would have been a bit better to roll off the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've done narrations and stuff for years. It is very different when you try to speak a sentence out loud versus how you read it.
Oh no, yeah,
It's understandable.
Yeah, and at the same time, I was literally writing this as I was sitting at work, just trying to hammer it out because yesterday after the Let's Play, I ate dinner and then passed out on the couch for about an hour, and my entire schedule was screwed up at that point.
Well, sometimes you just need a nap.
Indeed. But I literally hammered this all together, but I kind of like the idea, just in context, everybody just watching somebody destroying an empty kitchen just to realize that if they weren't finding what they were after, they didn't even know what it was, that they were going to probably get wrecked. They're just running for their lives.
I just like the idea that everybody knows the bar so well that they're just sitting there at the bar. As soon as she goes downstairs, she's like, oh, she just did this. Oh, she just went there.
It's because this isn't an uncommon
And that
occurrence. This has happened more.
a hidden compartment that they don't expect that running tab doesn't know.
Actually, she knows about it. It's just the Toa corner.
Yep.
So he went hiding in the Toa corner because they figured
in his spare
they
time.
probably figured running tab wouldn't have
Better
looked at for them
knowledge.
in there because Toa and a bunch of spoiled food. Who would do that willingly unless they were afraid of for their lives?
I'm afraid for my undeath.
Yes, we're up for it.
My unlife,
on
whatever.
Death Day.
Well, it is one of those things. I could say all I want, but in the end, when Circuit's on the helm, I kind of...
Toa,
Toa,
that I'm not gonna get too much into the Mary Sue thing. The thing is that sometimes I do treat you like that because you keep countering it instead of just rolling with the punches.
I mostly roll with the punches, and it's also one of those things you constantly do it.
But it's because you keep. Never mind. We're not gonna.
It's an endless cycle.
It is. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. Now with that, we got the next week's challenge. And next week's challenge, I'm going to go ahead and just say, too hot. It's been too hot. This summer sucks. I want it to cool down. Why?
I don't care about the heat. I care about all the smoke.
It's over.
Dude, I had to deal with the rain today.
I want rain.
Got rain?
I want rain. I
want rain.
We got too much heat and there's too much smog because I'm in a freaking atmosphere bowl. I'm not in a happy...
Yeah, it's like I can't see the mountains. When I look outside, I see the smog, and then I see the trees.
Yeah,
it's bad.
But we also have the Protest Initiative Challenge.
Protest Initiative Challenge this week is...
Maple?
No.
Yeah.
Syrup?
No.
Existential totalitarianism?
Maybe.
Yes.
Well, let's go with statue.
Statue.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Ooh, I'm already getting an idea in my head. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want people to steal it. But I'm getting an idea.
Oh, statue me, bro.
So, remember, everybody, this creative challenge is for everyone and anyone. To participate, you just have to create anything. A small work of art, a little sketch, a quick story, a poem, a limerick. You could do a haiku if you really wanted to. All we ask is, express your creativity a little. Because creativity is what keeps us vibrant and entertaining and allows us to actually do things without slowly succumbing to the inevitable heat death of the universe and the deathness of our minds.
Without creativity, the world is just boring.
Keep creating stuff so that way I have stuff to look at.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I enjoy
Or just
stuff
be
to
like
look
me
at.
and be a boring nothing whatsoever.
Oh, you're not too... Dude, you didn't do too badly with that pen. It was a different style.
Things. You're doing excellent, yo.
I understand that. It's just stuff.
Toa, you're doing fine. You're doing excellent.
I thank you, Cole.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and go to our videos of the week.
Let's see who's here.
And we got quite a lot of videos here. So we're going to go ahead and get into this nice and quick. Of course, we're going to start off strong.
I'll see y'all later.
Oh, but we have Ask Ponies with Princess Luna.
I'm sorry. I had to hop out of another thing.
No, it's okay. We dragged you here for the Pony Generations. I'm sure you.
And I appreciate it. It was great.
I knew you'd get a kick out of it. I knew you'd get a kick.
There's the famous spot again. CMC Banhammer.
CMC, we don't want to become famous. We want to become infamous.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or Commander. Either or.
Anyway, let's go ahead and move on here. Here's Ask Ponies with Princess Luna.
Welcome, my little ponies, to Ask Ponies.
Celestia, what are you doing here?
Whatever do you mean, Luna? I'm here to host the Ask Ponies Luna episode.
I was informed that Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash hosted this series.
Well, when I heard that they were asking princesses to be on their adorable little show, I inquired about it, and they asked me to host. Twilight informed me of the volatile nature of the comment section, and I feared it would be too much for you to handle on your own, little sister.
Or you were offended that you weren't their first choice for Alicorn Princess guests, so you infiltrated their video and sent them away.
Luna, how could you think I would do?
You killed Pinky.
This is temporary,
No,
correct?
cancel.
Sure. Princess Luna, is Princess Celestia is prettier than you? Nonsense. My sister is regally beautiful, and I would never dare to compare myself to her.
The question was to me, sister, not you.
Oh, sorry, of course. I guess I just got super protective of you, Luna.
That would have been a useful trait to have 1,000 years ago.
Oh!
Princess Luna, Celestia did your job for 1000 years. So, are you sure that you are really needed?
My sister raised the moon. That was the extent of my duties she performed. Try as she might, she was unable to unlock the secrets of the realm of dreams. So, for 1,000 years, ponies were plagued by their nightmares, including her.
I just don't understand. We don't even wear clothing, but I was still so aware that I was naked in front of the classroom. The taunting and laughter of my peers, it was relentless. I'm so happy you're back, Luna.
Princess Luna.
Whatever.
What did you do when you were on the moon?
I'm not ready to answer this question.
Then you don't have to.
So many comments have asked about it, and so many ponies have speculated and wondered. I have to answer it. They deserve the truth, Tia. Just not yet?
Of course, Luna. Let's move on to something else then, shall we?
No,
To Princess Luna, what would be like to have a third sister?
We couldn't possibly know what you are talking about.
No, of course not.
Ah, self-advertising. Self-advertising.
Face the rainbow, mother.
Okay then.
Goldie and Trixie, though.
I know! They were totally a thing before, right?
Oh, totally.
Princess Luna, in an alternate universe, what
Libby
if
is
Celestia
jealous.
became jealous and became Daybreaker and used the elements of harmony to banish her in the sun?
What a silly question. I can't think of any scenario that would make that a reality.
Oh, really? You're saying you can't be jealous of me?
That's not what I said.
I can think of a couple of reasons.
Such as?
Mom and Dad told you all your life how important a job it was to raise the sun so that you wouldn't get jealous of the fact that I can control millions of suns that you all perceive as stars.
That's absurd.
You don't think I can?
You
I
raise the
win.
moon, not move the stars.
Watch me.
Shipping! The shipping!
My power is
You
beyond
seeing this,
your
Rand?
understanding.
I think they're spelling something. Celestia has a giant.
Crap.
Oh my. What does it say?
Ass. It says ass.
Right.
Princess
Okay, then.
Luna,
Just ignore it.
what did
Just
you do
ignore
when
it.
you were on the moon?
This again?
I wonder if that's ever happened before.
Well, thanks to you, we can't very well ask Pinkie Pie or Rainbow Dash about it, can we?
Luna, who's the best princess? You can't choose yourself.
Whatever is the matter, sister? Are you worried that I would not choose you?
Dispense with the mockery, Luna. I'm already aware that you favor another over me. I just don't have to be happy about it.
Yes.
Of course she favors him. He has a giant
He would
rod.
rule with a quiet dignity, and the rest of us would stare in awe at the wondrous kingdom he created.
I actually want to do the
Perfection.
Church
Dear
of Princess
Princess
Big Mac
Luna,
now.
What are Discord's
Yes.
dreams like?
I only visited them once, and never again.
Oh? Why is that?
Oh, hello, Fluttershy. Oh,
Oh,
I
God!
guess so. Are you sure? I love your
He's
pet.
obsessive much?
Oh, I love your pet too. It's so cute. All right. Of course, Fluttershy.
Oh, fudge!
Excuse me.
Discord? Perhaps we should have a talk about obsession and boundaries.
Did you say something, Fluttershy? Fluttershy, I'm not.
Yes, that does sound terrifying.
You have no idea.
Princess Luna, what did you do when you were on the moon?
This with the has-been hotel.
Incessant, aren't we?
That's the comment
Princess
section.
Luna, are you gay with Princess Slekteet?
Comment section.
I can't decide if that's offensive or not. Are we allowed to say teat?
You do know what they were trying to say, right?
that you have a crush on a female alicorn, which is true.
What? I do not.
But you told me you were into some pony called online gaming.
That's not a...
Oh, God.
I casually game online, Tia. That's not the same thing.
It's all right, Luna. Some couples are casual at first, but they grow more serious over time.
Actually,
he doesn't understand internet culture.
She might be trolling. She actually might be trolling.
Might be
How did
trolling.
you and your sister get your hair?
You never know.
I mean, it's so mauvey and wavy and sparkly.
Well, there's a funny story about that.
I certainly don't find it humorous. You see, Lucinda, my sister here failed to tell me that though alicorns are immortal, their bodies still age.
But our magic is powerful enough to keep us looking young. It just can't compensate for our hair eventually falling out, so we upgrade to these new and better magic-made manes and tails. See? We can even turn them on and off.
That's little comfort for some pony who aged 1,000 years over the course of Season 1.
Your body was just catching up with itself. And by the way, you look much better this way.
Perhaps we should show them our true forms.
Don't you even think about it.
Too late!
We damn it, Luna.
Priceless Luna.
Oh, God.
Where
that's
were
terrifying.
you during Candace and Shining Armor's wedding?
Actually, that's always bothered me. I made sure to invite you, Luna. I even had a gown made.
Well, I didn't want to be present for the exam. It felt like it was cheating.
The what?
Well, you had given Twilight Sparkle many tests to prove herself to you already, and we both knew the end goal was for her to become a princess and take our places. So it was only fair that I gave her one as well. It's true, she failed my first test, but the day was saved regardless.
Your test? You let Chrysalis in?
We really ought to get rid of the villain pen pal program. She seemed so much less dangerous in scroll form.
But Equestria could have fallen. You left us all vulnerable to destruction, Luna.
You mean like you did when Nightmare Moon returned and you were nowhere to be found? Or when you summoned back the Empire prematurely, because Twilight's failures at the wedding had you worried she could not fulfill your intentions?
How about we just never talk about this again?
Agreed.
Wow.
Princess Luna, what did you do when you were on the moon?
So, it's come to this, huh? The last question. The final burden. Lifted at last.
You don't have to talk about it, Luna.
No, it's all right. It's time the truth was known. I just hope you can handle it.
I've made it with you this far, haven't I? Go on, then.
Well, I didn't really spend any time on the moon, per se.
What? Of course you did. Your visage was so clearly imprinted on the moon's surface.
Right. My body was there, but...
I saw it every night. The guilt of it ripped me to shreds. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. And whenever I did, I was just plagued with all sorts of nightmares.
I was Nightmare Moon. So you understand that I couldn't very well give ponies good dreams.
Wait, you were still roaming the realm of dreams? All that time?
Just because you're on the moon doesn't mean you don't dream, Tia.
So all those dreams, the ones where I was standing in front of a classroom naked.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Or the time I was being chased by a giant piece of cake? And the times that I thought I overslept and didn't raise the sun and every pony was angry with me?
I had plenty of time to get creative. Besides, they say that nightmares help you deal with deep-seated problems in the long run, so...
You couldn't have been asleep the whole time!
No, that is true. In my waking hours, I conjured food and mooned strange human metal contraptions that liked to take my picture. Pinkie Pie once told me the humans claimed they made it onto the moon's surface. That's a lie, just so you know.
I can't... I just... Luna? We need to have a private discussion now.
I don't think they ended the show.
Do we have to do it?
Well, I don't see any pony else willing or able. Not since Twilight had a complete meltdown.
Shouldn't we try to get Pinky and Dash off the moon first?
But how do we do that?
I mean, the princesses ought to know, right?
Wonderful. Then you two track them down, and in the interim, I will host the next Ask Ponies.
No pony asked you to do that.
I suppose I'm just generous like that.
My
dear ponies, our next guests, plural, will be Octavia Melody and Final Scratch, also known as DJ Pon 3. Please leave a question for one or both of them in the comments section. But be advised that you can only ask one or both of them once. Let's not spam the comments section. Oh, and read the rules, of course. All right. Bye-bye, darlings.
Princess Luna, do you still walk in Pony's dreams? Since you retired, does someone else do it?
I would never allow any other pony to carry that burden. You see, the depths of the horrors I have seen linger in the darkest reaches of Pony's innermost thoughts. They worm their way into your very core and can scar you, even long after they are gone.
Don't be so dramatic. She had a 1,000-year break, and that was a lot like retirement, actually. So I let her keep that job.
Keeping this job ensures that no pony else ever has to face the darkness the way that I have. I am a martyr for the precarious peace amongst us all.
What did I tell you? So dramatic.
Alright, pausing this real fast. Okay, we're going to do a quick little change up here because at the moment we don't have a lot of time left. There's one video here that is technically on a time limit because it is a little bit more on an announcement on yeah, this is it. On what's coming up in a couple weeks. So we'll play this out and then probably close out for the evening. The rest of this will have to come to next week.
Onions!
Check.
Goggles!
I'll be right
Check.
back.
Extra bits of toiletries!
Check and check. Bliss, remind me again why you specifically needed my help packing for Everfree Northwest. I mean, couldn't Aeon do it for you in literally 2 seconds like he did for HarmonyCon?
I'm not ready for this! I will never be ready for this!
And that's a check on Lightning Bliss Meltdown number God we don't know because nobody bothered to start counting them. Come on, Bliss, we've been over this. No matter how much going to conventions puts you on edge, you still make an effort to go and make the best of it. Even when you felt underprepared, things always worked out in the end, right?
Easy for you to say! This is the first convention we're going to in over a year! And unlike you, I've only been to Everfree once! I'm still new to this con! I can't handle this, Uncle Songhorse!
Yes, you can, Bliss. Look, has it been a while since our last convention? Yes. Have things drastically changed since then? Absolutely. But I'm sure you can at least take a little bit of comfort knowing that this year's Everfree is being extra cautious with their safety regulations due to human malware. Who knows? You might not have to deal with an overwhelming amount of
Human
people
malware,
like at
everybody.
BronyCon,
That's a
rest
new
in
term.
peace. Either way, it
Nah,
still
stick
promises
with the
to be a
pancakes.
fun and exciting yet safe event like it's always been. This year taking place August 13th to the 15th at the Hyatt Regency Bellevue in Washington. Just 15 minutes away from Seattle. You know, a coffee drinker's paradise.
That doesn't change the fact things haven't changed! And it's been so long since I've been out in public like this! Face it, Despy, I'm not cut out for conventions anymore because I always fail at them some way or another. I just can't keep things together!
Bliss, look at me. Look at me! That's just your brain lying to you. You're gonna do just fine. Besides, aren't you gonna be with Fiora the Tank Girl as an assistant at her vendor table this year?
Yes?
Exactly. You're not going as a community guest or anything, so there's no added pressure for you to be a part of, like, a million events at once. Well, aside from the TF2 Analysis Anarchy panel that we always host with Doc. But regardless, if you look at it a certain way, you're just going as a regular attendee. If anything, I'm the one who should be freaking out right now. I'm going to be performing at their Grand Galloping Gala as a musician just like I did back in 2018. and I'm still trying to figure out my set list. It's been ages since I've been in front of a crowd, and I don't want to seem like I'm rusty. Doesn't help that Midnight isn't able to come and support me due to a previous engagement that she can't reschedule. But you know what? I'm gonna suck it up and break a leg anyway. So I suggest you try and do the same.
I can't, Uncle Songhorse. I just can't. There's still too much at stake for me. What if I don't look good for other fans that want to see us?
Yes.
What if I don't keep up with Fiora?
Yes.
What if the convention staff doesn't like me?
Yes. Whoa!
What if I fail to get back in the convention scene?
Lightning, Firetail, Marshmallow Bliss, are you even listening to yourself right now? I'm trying all I can to give you positive affirmation, but I am getting sick and tired of you shutting it all out and letting fear take over you when you know damn well you've got me and the others to help you out. I mean, for God's sake, if conventions really freak you out this much, then why do you still go to them like you're some kind of masochist?
I don't know, Thespio. Maybe it's because I am trying to distract you from the fact that we're also planning a surprise birthday party for you, and I don't want to screw that up either.
Oh, don't you dare use your princess voice at me like that, Missy! I'll have you know that! Wait, did you just say surprise birthday party for me?
I-O-E-I-O-U, hablo no inglés.
Ding dong,
I
dang
know
it, Blissey! Why'd you have to go and spoil the surprise?
What, huh?
Of course, Jasper would.
What are you doing here?
Well, I was gonna talk with Bliss to confirm a few things for a special birthday boys party, but I guess that's become a moot point now, hasn't it?
Okay, you got me. Yes, we're planning something special for your birthday since it's happening the day before the con starts.
Wait, really? Oh, right. That is indeed a thing. Well, don't I look like a jerk?
It's alright. At least you don't know what specifically we're doing for you.
That is true. I am kind of excited to try and guess what's going to happen now. Sorry if I unintentionally pushed it out of you, Bliss. Human malware kind of did things to me, including making me lose the concept of time and dates.
It's okay, I wasn't much help either. I'm just nervous about being out of touch with going to conventions again. But I have you and Jasper both to help me out in case things were to happen.
It's true, broski. I'm gonna be at Everfree too. My very first Everfree. And I have no idea what to expect. But I know it's gonna be fun. Especially since we'll be back together with some of our old peeps we haven't seen since the lockdown. And not just Fiora the Tank Girl, but also Dusty Cat, Silver Quill, Saber Spark, and AC Race Best, who will also be serving as community guests. Alongside, let's see, community guests. Oh yes, Full Papers, Flutter Priest, and Lil Shy FIM, among others.
Can't forget about the guests of honor that are going to be there. Unfortunately, a good half of them will only be appearing via teleconference due to travel restrictions in Canada, including veteran guests Nicole Oliver, Tabitha St. Germain, Chiara Zani, and Ashley Ball, but also a few newer faces like the voices behind Dragon Lord Ember and Torch, Willa Milner and Matt Calrick, and the Flim Flam brothers, Sam Vincent and Scott McNeil. But for the guests of honor that will be there in person, we got comic artists Andy Price, Katie
Oh, I can't wait for Andy Price.
the voice of Cozy Bell, Sonny Westbrook, the voice of Sweetie Belle, Claire Corlett, and Gabriel Brown, aka Black Griffin.
It takes over slowly.
You know, the more I think about it, with this weekend being the first step towards pony conventions making a comeback and so many people to catch up with, I don't know how you're going to possibly fit celebrating my birthday on top of all that. You sure that's not being a burden to both of you?
Sheesh, and they say I worry too much.
You do. But nah, it's not a problem at all, broski. Like my obscurely distant relative always says, when you're family, you make the time. For am I not a pie of my own word?
Do you even have your own words?
Not really. I've been using the same words everyone else has been using. In fact, somebody else is typing my words for me. Hey! I see you with a typewriter!
You know for a fact.
Wow, that was a nice fourth wall break.
Everfree.com for more information about the event. their safety policies and to purchase your badge. Links in the description below. We hope to see you there, and keep an eye out for those rainbows. They will make you smile.
Okay, let me at least get this wild guess out of the way. Does my birthday surprise involve a pizza party?
Yep. Once again, my occupational destiny haunts my personal life. But no, we're not.
Good, then I'm completely stumped. See? Technically, the surprise isn't ruined after all.
Huh, he's got a point, Jasper.
Yeah, makes sense to me. So let's do the super scotch! Jujitsu! See you whenever, free.
You know, Jeff went on that rant as soon as he saw that line.
Maybe, maybe not. It could have also been line 2. Who knows? Where does the ad-libbing begin and the line end?
I don't know. You tell me, oh improvisation master.
Okay. Everybody wants improvisation. Here we go. I moved one to the corner.
Whoa.
You know, that's
some crazy improvisation.
And now I muted him. Okay, that's enough of that. That wasn't very good. It wasn't good improv anyway. I gotta admit it. That was lazy. I could do better.
That's pretty standard. I wouldn't call that improv.
Exactly. That's not improv at all. I could do better than that. You know what? While I think about this a little bit, let me go ahead and let's see. So yeah, we ran a little late, but apparently Pony Wars took us with it. But it's a good thing, you know.
It's interesting to see how it goes.
I am excited to see, and I'm glad to see that their project actually got off the ground. I've seen so many that never make it. I actually have like 3 different card games that never made it to any kind of major production. Pony card games in my collection that never made it to major production. So I'm glad to see that they did, and I hope it really works out for them. But you know what? I'm rambling on here. Let's go ahead and let other people ramble on in my place. Starting off with Crazy Mac Capitan.
Fires, explosions, or classic fantasy tricky, LOE, wrong. I don't know. I'm distracted by Kitty Cat.
Yeah.
Okay, then on to Deathlight Productions.
Oh, just the standard good morning, night, wherever you happen to be, and see you next time.
Alright, then on to DM21. DM, are you there? DM going once. DM going twice. Tech Stallion. Tech?
I said night all.
Oh, okay. Alright, then let's go to that middle thing over there.
I see what you did there. But shouts out to all the lovely people. I'll get the after party chat going in just a moment. Shouts out to all our Twitch people, 2020, Accidentally Impossible, TV viewer, our trade friend, Tim, Bloodless, Coldust, Cool Dude, Food, Deathlight, Draconic Liz, Speak, Playmatic 4, The Settles, the old Tech Man, me, and our Text Relay chat.
Alright, and Suki of the Otaku Ascended.
Go the hell to sleep.
Alright, with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us for another episode of The Brony Show. Please be sure to tune in next week, where we'll probably be talking about the Pillars of Equestria at that time, and also catching up on some videos. Other than that, though, yeah, I'm excited. Everfree is just a few weeks away, and I really am. I'm excited to go to a convention. I don't care how sticky the syrup is out there. I'm willing to get a little messy now at this point. But let's go ahead and get our shout-outs in. First off, a big shout-out to Commander Something for keeping an eye on chat. Thank you so much. And then Cloud at the Conquest, Cool Dude, Sarcasm, Fantastic Rip, Relay Serve, Sonic 5421, Techman, Tech Stallion, and yay! Archivers. Also, big reminder, tune in an hour early on the shows for the pre-show. It could be Jackbox, it could be something other. Either case, a lot of fun to be had. And also, after the show, we have the after party, the coffee house after party on Vaughn. We just show a bunch of videos and just goof around and have some fun. So, check it out if you want a little wind down. Wednesday, be sure to check that out. That's Winchester and his Wednesday crew doing Winchester and his Wednesday crew things. Will it be another game? Will it be a reading of a fanfic? You're going to have to tune in and see, but it's always a lot of fun either way. And also this Friday is going to be a special stream with Pony Wars, talking a little bit about the nuances. I don't know if we'll be streaming it at the same time, or if there'll be a link for you guys to check out. Either way, keep an eye out in our Discord. We'll let you know. And also Sunday has Circuit's Gaming Room with me, Circuit, and my gaming room. Be sure to check it out. What game we'll be playing this time? You'll have to see. We had a round of golf in the most extreme of ways, so you never know what will happen. And with that, I just realized I haven't started recording this entire time, so I'm going to have to download this video off of YouTube. Oh boy. But with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us for another episode of The Brony Show, enjoying our shenanigans, our randomness, our crazy times, and just having fun. And I really hope you all had a blast with it. I love doing this every single week, and it's really great when we have something amazing happen with it. Or we go completely nuts on a card game. Whatever happens. But with enough of that, let's go ahead and play out with Violet Pony. I don't need to be fixed. Good night, everybody.
Why are you so protective of the way that I am? I can do this by myself, don't you understand? I don't need to be fixed, I'll make this life my own. And if they laugh at me, I'll make your heart my home. Do you know, do you know, do you know, do you know that it's alright? I was tripping on the phone again, you sounded so depressed. Will you tell, will you tell, will you tell, will you tell? Was it you or me? I just don't know what went wrong. Just wanted to make you smile. Don't cry no more. Don't cry no more. Don't cry no more. I'm right here. It's been a while, you've got the prettiest voice. They're so lucky to have you, you were the obvious choice. I'm not that great at dancing, still you're leading me anyway. What's this feeling I'm having? Just want you to stay. Woke up that morning, had a missed text from you. Said you wanted to tell me something. Oh fuck, what did I do? Pulled hair out of my mane and overate again. This anxiety is killing me, or did I just forget? Say that again. I spaced out, I don't know why. I think I lost myself through that twinkle in your eye. I know you're saying something here, piece by piece. Is it your racing heart or the red in your cheeks? Oh, do you know, do you know, do you know, do you know? You're my best friend, your voice is crying now. If you're crying again, will you tell, will you tell, will you tell, will you tell? If I can hold you close, please just tell me what's on your mind. You say nothing.
I'm suddenly very